Hello, Bionicle community. This is Lehari from Red Star Games. And welcome back to the Doronai Nui one-shot for the wonderful, amazing year of 2024. This particular one-shot is going to be called Metru Noon, which is going to be a follow-up primarily for Ruva Midnight that we did back in 2022. But before we get into all of that, this is going to be a shorter than I think many folks might expect set of announcements, but just to update you all on what we've been doing over the last year here at Red Star Games. The big thing that we are going to be releasing here pretty well shortly is Doronai Nui version 0.11.1, which is a hotfix version of 0.11.0 that we just put out on the 4th of July a little while ago. It's got a bunch of hotfixes for the most robust version of the game that yet exists. Lots of quality of life features, clarifications, all that type of stuff. The other thing, well, I think probably the most fun thing for the majority of our digital mockists out there, we are going to be releasing a pair of masks for free for downloads here also very shortly. First and foremost is going to be the Kinohi Arta, the Generation 1 mask of creation, worn by Artaka, designed by our most wonderful 2D designer, Perpetual. And, not to leave the G2 fans in the dust, as sadly the fandom so often does, we also have the G2 Mask of Ultimate Power, available free of charge on our Patreon page. A quick little update about the Forge shop. We have not yet reopened, although we are working on updating some of our infrastructure on the back end and getting done with some backlogs. We're tentatively hoping to have the shop back up in September of 2024 and definitely before the end of the year. And to give you all an update on what happened over the course of Brick Fair Virginia 2024, which was, as always, an absolute blast. Big shout out to Moon and his little cadre of friends who are who absolutely made the con for me in particular, because they were absolutely ravenous for our masks. I do hope to see as many of those mocks as they are capable of making in the next couple of days. They said that they would, and boy oh boy am I going to hold you to it. So keep that in mind. Additional to all of that, we did contribute to the Slade Child charity auction that occurred at Brick Fair 2024 again this year, as we do every year that we physically go. We don't have the exact number for what our lot went for. It was at the bare minimum 40, but I saw that like 2 or 3 days before the end of the auction cycle. So it was, if I'm being generous with us, probably somewhere in the $60 to $80 range, which went on to contribute nearly $18,000 collectively to the Slade Child Foundation's efforts to try to make the lives of disenfranchised children across the globe better. But beyond that, and that being a grand old time, and us staying up until 3 a.m. painting stuff like the true punk rockers that we are, that's pretty much all we have from the announcements front here at Red Star Games. So, with all of that, we begin, as we always do, in medias res.
Well, first thing before that, we should probably give the audience a bit of a recap of what happened last year, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
So, without further ado, let us find out what happened last time.
Last time on New Dawn.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that?
Game Master.
Sir!
Arakshi.
Sir!
Arakshi and an Ektan.
Sir, yes, sir! How did it get here?
I added a construct as a treat.
Sir! You, buddy, what's your name?
Kofoy.
Kofoy.
Oh.
I'm doing my part.
Ah! 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 What's your name?
Swert.
Swert.
Come on! You were talking all that good shit a second ago! Then I blew your fucking legs off! What the fuck? What's wrong, demigod? Just grow back your legs! Summon up your demons! Hit me! Fight me! Give me a hug! Really? Oh god, no! Hey, we're here on epic meal time! I'm the Souls boss! And tonight, we're eating this blonde little wannabe demigod bitch!
You, buddy, what's your name?
Tino.
Thino.
And we're back.
And so on and so forth.
I regret nothing.
Who's this Kofor guy?
I don't know,
Sounds like an interesting fella.
Cool. Doesn't he? So, with all of that, the boys somehow made it off the island. Well, not somehow. I mean, there was a boat and all that. But where we currently sit, as far as Metru Nui is concerned, is shockingly not in Metru Nui. I'm seeing Petrus notice stating that his loss of legs was calculated, and I really should. Exactly.
The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
So I'll tell you what. As opposed to memes, and Joe, we're gonna have you go last, just that way you have time to muster up. Let's have everybody here introduce their characters. To those of them on the stream who might not know who the powerful Tino Nui and the gravitilicious Swert Master might be.
Well, hello, I am Swert Mastra. I am the toe of gravity that basically wields a giant frickin' sword. It is heavy enough to be basically a bastard sword, but it is light enough that I can wield it basically like a dagger.
And you may have seen my introduction by that puny baby man Vahkiti at the end of the last break. But I am Tino Nui, the mighty Toa of Big. And that is all you need.
We're basically just memes. We are the memes.
And then there's a somewhat genuine character over here.
The straight man.
The lodestone that's actually going to make any of this happen.
Yeah. So I am Tutu, the mutated Toa of Psionics. I wield a soul scythe, and I wear a great onweku. That's how you pronounce it. Which is fused to my frame, so I actually technically have 2 masks. I also have a robe. It's interesting.
He's just like Vizon for real.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like him for real. FR.
FR. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a bit got a bit of an interesting backstory. Do you want me to go into that, or?
Just a small amount. The stream should, for the most part, at least be moderately familiar with Swert and Tino. They're veterans of the prosecution of the League and have gotten into a lot of shenanigans in the last couple of years. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving it a little update.
Gotcha. So Tutu is originally from Stealth. He is one of the last members to join the Hand of Artaka, and was sent on a dangerous mission in which he lost his entire Toa team to the island of Trin Krom, where he was also mutated. And once he returned, the Hand of Artaka was falling apart, and Helrix offered to have him join the Order of Matanui, but he refused. And he said that he had to go off and avenge his team by finding the true form of Trin Crom.
Delicious, delicious revenge. I like mine cherry flavored. So, with all of that, let's get into it, shall we?
Indeed.
We begin, as we always do, in medias res, for real this time. And the scene where you are all beginning, you're in a customs house and the port of the beautiful white city of Romari, which was at one point the capital of the Baraki Pridax Empire of Minota. It's currently under new management since the prosecution of the League ended a couple of decades back, and the Makuta are trying to figure out the best way to incorporate the Byzantine ruling structures of the Ihidari people into something resembling a functioning state. So things are in a little bit of an upheaval, especially here in the capital. The reason that you guys are here is because you are on the trail of some black market antiquities deals that are supposedly taking place either in or near Romari, one of the two. Specifically, a whole bunch of artifacts purported to be related to the history of the Western universe. Things from ancient and very, very powerful states run by independent Visotai warlords. So, what do you do? Where do you go? What questions do you ask? The building that you're in is made out of wood, and there's a whole bunch of shouting Ihidari, some Matoran, and some, rather thick porters, mostly Steltians, running to and fro, doing the business of a port.
So I would assume that our best choice would be to go try to figure out the commotion and try to figure out what we're looking for here.
Have I, at this point, am I already just, part of the team? You picked me up along the way somewhere?
Pretty much. You heard ancient and powerful artifact shenanigans, and that kind of was like, oh, Trin Crom might probably have something to do with that. Let's take a look.
Sounds
Whether
like
or not
He's candy.
Whether or not
He's candy.
Whether or not you've told Swert and Tino that is entirely up to you, but that was more than likely the impetus behind all of this.
Yeah. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Okay.
Tino just live here.
Okay, well, as far as the hustle and bustle is concerned, that is just the standard operating of the actual port itself. It's ships loading, unloading, people yelling, whistles, flags, all of the wet and wild stuff that makes commerce occur. So nothing, no one is in dire need of any help unless you want to, grab a line and start hauling.
Well, Tino will follow Swert's lead because Tino wasn't paying attention while he was adding the stream avatars. Tino smiles and nods.
I guess the simple solution is there any building that would look like sort of a leader's hut sort of building? Something that I could go talk to somebody in charge.
Just scream at the top of your lungs, take me to, is your Taraga present?
The Ihidari, which for anyone out there in Streamland who does not know is the name that Red Star Games has for Pridax species, all just kind of look with maximum disdain at the rather loud pair of Toa with the quiet Toa in tow. And and one of them who has a great big red crest on a helm that he's wearing and a large pike walks on over and says, who are you people? What the hell, what in the world do you want?
Okay. I mean, I could probably speak.
Yeah, I think at least between the two of us, you're the better one to do the talking.
You're not wrong. Greetings. We are Swert, Mastra, and Tino.
Why are
Nui.
you doing the Onua thing when he entered Onukaro?
The Ihidari sort of just narrows his eyes at you. Are you having an episode? Is your skull cracked? What's going on here?
I
been a
apologize for my friend. He hit his head on the way here.
It has been a
Clearly.
very long voyage. We had a bit of a boat problem.
A boat problem. What type of a boat? Okay, what is it you want? Out with it. And he sort of like leans on his spear with some patience here.
All right. Out of character, remind me again, we're looking for somebody specific, right?
You are looking for hints and leads to the black market here in Romari.
Okay.
I think
We are
we're
looking-
trying to track down some antiquities that have been traced back to Tren Krom or something like that.
That's for me.
Ah, yes, right.
So you remember that big scary member Rutaka species at the end of 2021?
Right,
Yes.
the
You're looking for
big
shit
bad
related to
Vizotai.
him.
Yes.
Okay. We are in the market. We are looking to get into the market to sell some rare antiquities. I'm basically just bluffing the hell out of this, basically. Try to get to where we need to be, is what I'm saying.
He narrows his eyes again. And he looks around. What type of antiquities? And as he sort of stands up a little bit straighter, you see on the flowing shawl, which is sort of a little bit like the Turaga ones, some fabric. You see monogrammed on his right breast. It says Customs Inspector.
Oh,
We should probably choose our words carefully.
yeah.
What is the provenance of these artifacts that you are attempting to sell here in the glorious ivory city of Romari?
We don't have a whole lot. We just wanted to see if we could barter with a couple of light stones, got some cable, we just wanted to kind of shop around.
He does a little hand gesture to a couple of his buddies up at the front who are also wearing similar shawls, but with smaller crests on their helmets. And two more Ihidari come over. Hey, guys. It looks like these Toa here are trying to offload, and he does little air quotes.
The fucking Christopher Walken voice, I can't.
They're trying to offload some antiquities of some type of provenance, such as light stones and fucking rope. So,
Fucking rope.
The main one looks over and is like, "Is that what that is what you just told me? Is it not, Toa?"
I mean, at this point, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, how naive is Swert? Is he trying to use the code words or not? That's the question I want to ask myself.
I swear to God, if we get like 10 minutes into this campaign and the entire rest of it is just, we've been arrested.
That's why I'm
here.
trying to be very careful. And I was looking at what was in the combat backpack just to see if there's anything that we could just show that we have and prove that we're not being evil here.
They're going to inspect the boat. There's no way around it at this point.
How about this? Teotu leans over to Tino, since he's not actively in conversation, and says, "You wanna." Well, let me actually think more. I should say. I have an Onwaku. Do you want to dip here?
Well, where are we going to go? We're standing on a dock surrounded by guards.
You're just going to fall through the dock and just, what are you going to do?
Right. Could just slip past him. I don't know.
Yeah, it makes us intangible, not invisible. And even
Well,
if it
I
did,
mean,
they're
when
gonna
you become
notice a
intangible-
giant fucking Toa disappearing right in
But
front
it's
of their
so
eyes.
tangible. Do you fall through the floor? I feel like that would be a little problematic.
Swert Master is a master illusionist. Watch as I transform these Toa into pure clouds. I don't know. We got to think of something.
Oh, we're so fucked.
I don't know. I'm really bad at diplomacy. Sorry, I
We've
can't help.
never been
Look,
so
look,
fucked
the-
so quickly.
I'm actually probably the worst at diplomacy in this case.
Don't look at me. I'm just
I have a
big.
total of 9. My charisma is actually built for this stuff. Bluffing and diplomacy are what I'm built for.
The guards all look very bemused at the three of you. Toa, what is the name of the vessel that you arrived here on?
I say we
Where
just
is
be
it?
honest at this point. We're
Yeah, I think
fucked
we
either
have
way.
Yeah. So what was the name again? Or do we have to come up with the name?
What name? What are we talking about? What name?
The ship.
Name of what?
The ship.
Were you
Uh,
asking me?
Yeah, I was asking.
The USS Beeg. There we go. Or the USS Beef.
Yes. It is Beef Nui.
Does Tino own this ship?
I don't know. We haven't established who owns it, I guess.
You know what? Yeah, no, Swert and Tino bought it using the money that we got from like a Taraga or something. We don't know.
You have
Yeah,
debts.
we got the reward from our last mission after Varuk got his legs replaced. We used the remaining widgets to buy a boat.
It's my Toa cousin's ship. I don't know.
Swert, what is a
It's-
cousin?
The guard holds up a hand. I'd like the three of you to come with me, please.
All right, now we've done it.
Now we're arrested. All right. I guess we're gonna follow carefully.
There are about 10 Ihidari guards, all with spears now, just kind of posted up around you guys because they're not idiots. They were fighting Toa a couple decades ago. They know precisely what the fuck y'all are capable of. And they lead you away from the pier and down a couple of streets to the Portmaster's not palace, but Portmaster's, main office building. It's very ornate, very beautiful, very shark-shaped, all of that good shit. And they basically say, would you mind waiting here in the lobby for the chief inspector to come out? I feel like he needs to speak with you guys.
I guess we don't really have a choice.
We just talk. Yeah. We're just talking here.
Why are you are you mocking his accent, Swert? We're already in deep duty.
The lead customs official that has been speaking with you for the most time rounds on you whenever he was about to start walking away. Do you think that I am fucking funny, Toa?
No, unfortunately, I have.
Do you think that you fucking scare me? Do you think that even for one singular fucking second that I have not seen exactly what the fuck your type is capable of?
Yes.
I have a syndrome. I accidentally pick up accents. You should hear me.
He looks-
in Texas Koro.
He looks at to you too.
Tino just face palms.
All right, clamp him in irons, boys. And the rest of the guards sort of move towards you with some handcuffs in their hands, and they approach you. What do you guys do?
I mean,
I think it's in our best interest to cooperate and not continue to mock the guards.
I wasn't saying anything. I didn't say I was going to say that. Lehari just jumped on me.
Well,
I didn't-
choose
I
your
didn't- I
words
didn't
more
do shit.
carefully.
Clearly.
I didn't do shit. The guards did shit. So.
And my response to that was very in character. But just to say,
No, it was. That's good work.
I mean-
on both your parts.
Hey,
I'm
you're
just
the
gonna-
one with the advantage here. At any moment, you could just turn intangible and drop the cuffs.
yeah, but I can
No,
also
you're-
share my intangibility.
True.
Yeah.
But let's not
What I'm
do
gonna-
that
what I'm
for
gonna
now.
say-
It is in our best interest to cooperate for now.
I'm going to put
and maybe
small-
they'll understand after we explain what we're actually doing here.
I'm going to go ahead and say I would like to consider putting a gravity barrier around me so that they can't touch me, but then I will put my hands up to prove I'm not going to attack them.
Absolutely
There's a
not.
very-
We cannot guarantee that they won't detect that and immediately throw you in a cell.
Yeah, that
Like,
sounds-
how are they going to get to me if I put up a barrier around me? They can't.
Then
touch
they'll just kill you, Steven.
it's kind of like it's
All right,
kind of like
fine.
pulling
So-
out your sword
so-
to say, "I'm not going to attack anybody."
So
Exactly.
it's either I allow them to arrest me, or I try to do something defensively to try
Swert,
to fix the situation.
just cooperate. At any moment, we can turn intangible and drop the cuffs. We are in no
fine.
danger here until you put us
Fine.
in danger.
I put my hands up so that they can put me in irons. Okay.
Yeah. The same, and like just. I mean, they can't even. I don't know if they can disarm me from my Onwiko. I don't think so because it's fused into my.
It's
Yeah.
fused to your
so-
head. They can't take it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless they have some
When
sort
you-
of magic
they'll-
field.
The only thing that they do is put your wrists in chains and then link those with some loops that are in the floor. So the loops are about
We're just standing in
6
the
feet
center
long.
of the room.
No, like they're in front of a row of chairs. So basically, you're an intake now. Did not expect this to wind up being NYPD roleplay, but here we are.
I was trying to break us out of this so we could just go explore, but evidently we're just getting arrested.
Look,
and for the next
if-
30 minutes, we're going to play Law and Order.
Well, once again, at any moment we can basically leave whenever we want to, but it's in our best interest to cooperate until we have no other choice.
So that we don't break the entire political system here.
Yes.
Right as we arrive.
All right, fine. yes, we're getting. So now we're being placed in irons because apparently I can't say something out of character.
Well, in fairness, you didn't
Oh,
say out of character.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was supposed to be out of character.
Doesn't matter. Put me in irons. What the hell? I'll just break out of it later.
Okay. Then you
Yeah.
guys are chained up in intake. There's a couple of Paxarac, which is Karapar species, also in irons, along with a couple of Matoran, actually, who look way more scared than anything else. They're
Tino looks over at one of the Matoran and asks, "What are you in for?"
is the response.
Oh, you too?
Quite a common crime.
Yep, it's a Komatoran making that noise, and then there's a Gamatoran next to him, and she's like, "They think we are caught up in some of the in brick fraud. It's weird."
How long have they
Until we
had
get
you
out of
in
here.
here?
The Gamatoran says, it's 5 hours. It's a long line to get to the dockmaster.
Teutu is just sitting there seething. I knew
One
this
of
would
the-
happen. I knew this would happen if I traveled with you.
One of the Paxarac looks over at Tino specifically. What about you? What are you guys in for? I post the guy.
My brother here tried lying to the guards.
In my defense, I was not lying.
You were
desk
lying.
officer who-
You
That's
just
the desk
insulted
officer.
them.
The desk officer, who is very much in earshot, perks up. Hey, you did what?
Well, look, it's in our best interest to be honest at this point, I think. And I
was
didn't
not
agree to the lying
about
anyways.
anything. It wouldn't hurt to look into what supplies they had, Tino. And yes, we were here for some information, but that's beside the point.
Tino just shrugs.
I've been here for 3 days.
Well, that is
Looks-
very unfortunate. Hopefully not much longer.
Hey, whenever the next shift comes in, the guy at the desk he likes to play this little rock game with me, and I think that's fun. So really, it can kind of take however long.
Right. So, being honest was a good thing, huh, Tino?
Well, I mean, they're going to question us eventually.
We really don't have the time to wait for them.
14 hours pass.
In the middle of a sentence?
Well, I mean, 14 hours pass after Swert finishes his sentence.
Oh, God.
The blubbering Matoran and the god Matoran get called up after those 14 hours.
Wow, the Matoran changed race? That's in 14 hours? Amazing. Is he an Av Matoran by chance?
No, I said Matoran and god Matoran.
I thought you said Poe Matoran before.
Oh, no, Ko.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So Matoran, god Matoran, they get called up to the main office after about 14 hours of just kind of sitting there.
That was fast.
So, it's in jail. And the god Matoran just rolls her eyes as they come on up. And then another 25 hours pass.
Oh my God. Oh, dear.
I love bureaucracy.
I'm gonna die of old age in here.
No. It's only
Okay.
been about 5 seconds.
Brothers, do we have any information on us that might expedite our questioning?
Well, that is a very good question. And I guess I should point to... Is there Tantu?
Yeah, Teotu.
Tantu. I'll just look at Tantu. Have you any idea?
I've never been here, I don't think.
Cool.
Do we know anything that might be of particular interest to these people? Let's put it that way.
So, for a frame of reference, and these are things all over the universe, especially on the coast, where you guys physically are is a portmaster facility. Basically, they are the people who make sure that nothing that is banned enters a port, and nothing that should not leave leaves. So, all manner of boat crime. So, if that helps you at all.
Maybe we could...
So, let me ask you this. No doubt they've already searched our ship, and that's part of the reason why we're just being held here, right?
I mean, they have, whether or not they have searched your ship is something that I cannot divulge at this time.
I guess I'm asking out loud to the group. So, they probably looked at our ship by now, right? They'll know we haven't done anything wrong.
Who could say?
Yeah. I mean, it hopefully won't take too much longer for them to come and let us out with a warning.
Maybe we could...
I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see, I guess.
I mean, the only other alternative is if Tantu facilitates.
That's a... Is that what you're getting at? It's not because I'm not very good at diplomacy, so you're
No, that's not where I'm going with that.
you're talking about...
ability, if you will.
I mean,
yeah.
if we're planning a prison break, I should also point out that last I checked, there was a guard watching us. So
There won't be a guard very
It's
often.
been like a day, so no telling what time it is.
It's been about 2 days.
There are windows. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning now.
are there any guards around us? Are we being watched? Are there any cameras? Do cameras exist?
Cameras do exist. There are none, but there is a desk sergeant watching you guys.
There you go.
as
So if
you're-
we try
you're
to
in-
escape, it's going to just bite us in the ass. Unless we wait until I don't know if if we know when there's a shift. Hold on. That one guy that we talked to, Carapar species, whatever his name was, he was aware that one of the guards comes and plays a game during shift changes. Is there a way we could find out when the shift change is?
The shift to change 3 times, by the way. It's once every 12 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We've been here long enough to figure that out.
So
How
let me ask
long
you this.
between how long is there between the shift changes where there is nobody there? Let's put it that way.
Well, they turn over at the desk.
Okay, let me ask you this: have I been able to study their patterns to see if I can formulate a plan?
I'll tell you what. Give me an insight check.
All right, my insight
But
is
what-
5. So that is, let's see, roll. Let me see if I remember how to do this.
Yeah, I've completely
Count
forgot.
1 and like offset is 5. Yes, because I have an inside of 5.
Yes.
One thing
Uh,
that I'm
Mima-
very disappointed
Alright, I got a
about now
22.
is I'm very disappointed that the text on the character sheets that is not the fields is not actually text, so it's impossible to search for things like insight.
Anyway, I got a 22 on that.
Okay, so it is a very there's a 30-second time or so, maybe like up to 2 minutes, depending on how long the turnover actually takes, where both the person leaving and the person arriving kind of have their head down behind the desk in such a way that they would not be looking at the intake cells.
Real quick, let me ask this. When we do use intangibility, I assume we don't fall through the ground, right?
Correct. You have the ability to decide what things you do and do not go through.
Right. Okay, good. So yeah, we could just walk out through the wall, literally. If we just wanted to.
Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of double talk towards Teotu, just to kind of emphasize where my plan's going to be. That way the guard doesn't necessarily... I mean, the guard's going to know we're up to something.
Well,
But-
hold on. I should ask as well. Are we in any way familiar with the land that we found ourselves in? Because we could very well walk outside that wall and immediately be surrounded by guards again and end up in a worse position than we're already in.
None of you ever have been to Romari.
Well, we can always stay intangible for a little bit longer if we end up going that route with it.
Right, but again, intangible,
Long enough to
not
not get-
invisible.
No,
true.
no. But here's the thing. Intangibility means they still can't shove, pointy things at us.
No, but all they have to do is follow us until the mask power wears off, and then they immediately kill us.
But we also become silent, so we can probably run away and hide pretty easily.
If we know where we're going.
That's true.
So we're going to have to wait until nighttime, and we're going to have to hope that there's nobody outside watching guard, because, let's be honest, there shouldn't be a guard on the other side of the wall, theoretically.
As a quick note, after assuming you guys are talking in some type of a battle cant, which is just a thing that all of you guys would know, and having this discussion out in a way that the guards don't really understand, you see the door open and the Komatoran and Gamatoran leaving the interrogation room, and the Komatoran is no longer sobbing. He's sniffling and still kind of being a little bit of a bitch, but the two of them are just kind of walking out at this point. The Gamatoran waves at you guys and they say, "Next!" And the chains
I say
fall
we-
from your wrists.
So it sounds like cooperation was the best plan so far.
Okay, well, I mean, at least we had a backup plan. Still doing
We have a backup plan, so let's go ahead and just, I guess, silently, carefully walk into the interrogation room. Let's just...
Sure.
Single file, everyone.
Tino last, as the beef needs to protect us.
Tino ducks under the doorway.
The room is dark and lit by a set of recessed light stones across, kind of running along the bottom of the walls. And there is one big shiny wall and a table with 3 chairs on one side and 1 chair on the other side. On the side with the single chair sits an Ihidari wearing a sort of black shoulder covering with a gold stylized meteoric letter M over the right breast. All you hear is, take a seat.
I guess I'm going to sit down.
Are there enough chairs?
Yeah, there are 3 chairs on the opposite side
Oh, okay.
of the table.
Tino also
Sure.
complies.
I'll sit on the outside. Just in case.
So, Sergeant Pukali is telling me that you guys are acting weird and suspicious. What the hell are you in my city for?
So here's the deal. We're here to
You know,
find. We're here to find someone. We're looking for clues as to whether or not they were here. The clues, the trail led us to your fine city, and we're just trying to lean forward. In the meantime, I was going to hit the market since it's right there, but apparently I insulted him.
He tends to be a little bit jumpy. You have my apologies for Sergeant Pukali's behavior if he acted untowards to you, and the apologies of the department. Who is it you are looking for here in the eternal city of Romari?
Tino's gonna pipe up here. I don't, out of character, I don't remember the name of the Vizotai that we fought before. I don't even know if we know his name, but Tino's just
Kudaxi.
Kudaxi?
Kudaxi.
Okay. So Tino pipes up. We are looking for a Vizotai named Kudaxi that tried to kill us a few years ago.
The Ihidari just kind of looks at Tino. That is made up. What the fuck are you actually here for?
No, really, that is what we're here for.
The ancient warlord or whatever, that it's a myth told by kings to make sure that all of their peasants did the right shit. Like what
It's not a myth.
he's not here. What?
Okay, out of character. Do we have any proof that we had this fight?
No, you don't.
Crap.
Yeah. Teutu pipes up and says it's not a myth. Because he tends to take issue with people saying that.
Okay, so what makes you believe that this Kudaxi or whatever is actually here is here?
All right, out of
Like,
character.
do you know a guy?
Out of character, what led us here in the first place?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
Because I don't remember either.
A bunch of rumors about antiquity sales, with those antiquities specifically being related to the early years of the western part of the universe where Kudaxi ruled.
Gotcha. Mostly it was antiquity sales. All the traders there, they just gave us the rumors, and it all led to here.
So what you're telling me here is that you are here on a hunch.
Essentially, yes. But we are being honest that we had this fight. I know you don't believe us, but put a road on us. You know, you'll see that at the very least we believe what we are saying.
Okay. And he smacks a button that's in the center of the table that you didn't really notice before, but now it's lit up for a minute. And a crystal sort of descends disco ball style from the ceiling.
Yeah,
And all
putting
of
our
you
money where our
feel-
mouths are, I guess.
All of you feel awfully compelled right now to be as 100% honest and truthful as it is possible to be. Are you here to bring harm to the eternal city of the eternal city of Romari, or any of its inhabitants?
Only the inhabitant happens to be who we are looking for.
And even then, it's up for debate. It depends on whether or not he tries to kill us again.
we're mostly here to just fight them.
He looks it to you too.
Yeah, that's my response.
You do intend to bring harm to the people of Romari.
No intention whatsoever. Only if that particular being is in your city.
To clarify, we only intend to bring harm to that being.
Okay, duly noted. Do you honestly and truly believe that you fought an ancient demigod, essentially, of Western universal myth?
Out of character, I just want to imagine that everyone in the room just simultaneously says yes in unison.
Yeah.
Well, you two do.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
He looks at you
And I-
and points. So you weren't
I
there?
believe them. Yeah, I believe them.
Okay. Did you, in the words of my sergeant, and he looks at Swert, call Sergeant Pikui a little bitch boy who needs to get his mask washed?
No.
God damn. Okay, well, cool. I'm writing him up. Wonderful.
I may have accidentally picked up his accent, but that's a condition.
Nicely done, brother.
He asks you a couple of more sort of general intake questions that I'm not really I don't feel like role playing out right now.
Fair enough.
Okay, fine. You can go. Just don't cause crimes. Otherwise, I'm going to have to send you up to real PD, and they're way less nice than I am. Sorry for the wait. There's only one of me, and these things tend to take a while, especially whenever you have a Komatoran who is blubbering as though I am about to suck the blood out of his body. So
We may have noticed him.
he was in here on some strange trumped-up charges about mud bricks that might have not actually had silt in them or something. I don't fucking know. Turns out everything is fine. There's nothing untoward, and the receipts all check out. So just apologies. Please grab a little. We call them zapstones. They're in a bowl on the sergeant's desk on the way out. Grab one. They feel nice.
Tino bows and gives his thanks.
All right.
The inspector just sort of nods back. Yep, thank you. Please send the next guys in. And if it's the big fucking palooka that is constantly causing brawls down on Dock 8, tell him to wait and send in the one after that, please.
So we're on our way out the door now, I'm guessing, yes?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I guess we're heading out.
I mean, we'll stop by the sergeant's desk and grab the thing. I mean, wouldn't hurt to have it.
Mm. And
Never know
Tino
if
looks
he's gonna
Tino looks over at Swert and says, "I told you so, brother."
I got prison gift bags.
We are awfully progressive here in the wonderful eternal city of Romari. Now, please get the fuck out of my office.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take his advice and grab that zapstone. I think is what you said it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear from the room that you just left. Next. Then one of the members of car part species gets up and he walks into the room. Not you. Next. Oh.
Out of character, I would love for Titu to just walk over, clap him on the shoulder, and be like, "It'll be okay," and then just walk away. I'm not saying we do it. But it'd be hilarious.
You might get a broken arm out of you for all your effort, but yeah, sure.
Teotu gives him a contrite nod.
Yeah.
Well,
on the way out, Tino looks over and says, "Best of luck, my friends. I'm sure you'll be out of here soon."
Bye.
And does a dramatic bow.
The sergeant that the member of car part species likes is there, and they're playing a little game that kind of looks like Chinese checkers, or what's that other one with the cribbage, I think.
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah,
thinking Go, but that also works.
Oh, we're not going to try to play Go with one of those.
No.
And then there's a little bowl full of tiny, like finger-sized yellow stones, just kind of sitting in a crystal bowl on the desk of the watch sergeant. And whenever you pick one up, they feel pleasantly shocky. They make the brain happy. Yay!
I guess Tino will gently pick one up on the way out.
Yep, I'm definitely picking one up.
I guess I'll
Zip,
take one
zip.
too.
It makes
It's-
my brain feel tingly.
It does. Okay, so you guys are a little bit closer to the city center of the district center of the port district of Romari. That's a whole lot of activity going to and fro again. There's porters loading and unloading in the loading and unloading areas, and lots of lines drawn on the ground. All of this, that, and the other. There's also a couple of weigh stations that are used for weighing cargo and are used as temporary quarters for sailors that are in between voyages. And then there's a bunch of streets that lead out into Greater Romari and the wilds beyond. What do you do?
Do we see any okay, our goal here is to find the traders, market, whatever, so we can follow our leads. So is there anything nearby that we think could be a good lead to that end?
Well, you're looking for an antiquities market, black market, a place where expensive things are bought, sold, and appraised. Near the port would probably be a logical place for some of those operations to be set up, or at the bare minimum would be a good place for you guys to look for leads.
I will say out of character, it feels to me like, actually not even just out of character, I'm thinking out loud. It would be in a place that's a little not obvious, like a rundown area, so that they can keep their operation on the down low. It wouldn't be a fancy place, because that's just too obvious.
Just one moment real quick, out of character. You guys figure that out real quick. Tino needs to take a proto-tinkle and get another BIONICLE, so Tino will be right back.
Me too, honestly. But let's
I'll just pick Tino up with gravity and drag you wherever we decide to go.
Yeah, so I was thinking we could probably just take a stroll through the bazaar and sort of browse the shops and ask some questions of the shopkeepers. They might know the area pretty well.
Okay.
We're going to definitely avoid that one sergeant because, well,
Yep.
he's clearly not going to be happy with that write-up.
Do not speak to any of the guards.
Nope.
Rabid frabbling damn Toa. Making me do an extra shift. Oh, I'll show him. Is what he might theoretically say if you could be listening in on his thoughts right now. Will he come up later? Who knows? Okay, so if you guys want to start working through the rows of shops near the port, there are... let me take a look. Oh wow, there are a large amount of shops. Most of them are dealing primarily in wholesale stock, so lumber, stone, large amounts of metals, all that type of stuff. So and basic essentials for sailors, like canvas and rope and nails. There's so many nails.
Lamp oil,
You got no idea
rope,
how many nails.
bombs? You want it? It's yours, my
It's
friend,
yours, my
as long
friend.
as you have enough widgets.
Exactly.
Can we see any shops that are a little bit more rare, sort of looking, with smaller items, individual sort of stuff like that? And crystals or something.
Everybody, give me a perception check, real fast.
Ah, crap. Gotta find
perception
that on my
for me.
sheet.
Perception is Okay.
I always have trouble. Oh, there it is. So it is. What am I rolling for that?
1d20 plus whatever the total bonus for your perception skill is.
Okay.
28.
How do we do this again? What's the command?
It's slash roll, and then you could just do,
Offset the number.
yeah, you count, offset,
I think
and
that's
then
right.
whatever your number is.
Hell yeah!
Yep. So I got a 28.
Offset
You got your 20. And a 21. So
21.
we're all basically over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shockingly, that's a bad roll for you two.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a bonus of 15. So
Yeah.
Well, I
Okay,
got a
so all of
offset
you-
9, so I had a 28, but still.
I just had a bonus
All
of
of
2,
you-
so I'm not doing too bad there.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a pee break as well. So you
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay, so while he's on the pee break, you guys are walking through the bazaar and are seeing different stores, again mostly wholesalers, but sometimes more finished goods and a la carte items. They're staffed again primarily all by Ihidari. Matoran are actually a minority in this particular city. There are still some, and a lot of them tend to be working directly with the Ihidari, but very rarely will you see an identifiably Matoran name up on over top of a shop. So there are also a bunch of tents and other pop-up stalls just kind of in the center of the street, and it's a big open environment. So and I'll explain what you guys see after the perception check whenever Joe returns.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, I'm back.
Very good.
Joe has returned. Yay. Okay.
I will also
what
say
you
it
guys-
sounds like chat's having a lot of fun with the avatars. So yes, that was a good idea of putting them in there. Thank you, Lehari.
I am a genius, and I am the one to thank for you being able to continue to use these beautiful little avatar thingamabobs.
And thank you again to Lemony Leopard for making these possible. This is great work.
Oh yeah, absolutely amazing. Love them. Would love to implement them a little further, but it might just mess with the vibes down the line
We'll see.
for
We'll workshop
the
it.
rest of the stream. For the rest of the stream, that is.
Well,
So, what you guys see as the result of your perception check is a little half-width hole-in-the-wall shop called Bears. Baerr. And in it, the entrance is covered by a modest but obviously very high quality textile curtain. And it sort of pops out and speaks to y'all on some level.
seems like as good a start as any.
Is everybody else seeing that?
Yeah.
We should go look at that area.
Should we do something? We should do something.
The problem is over there, so we should go over there.
Sometimes people die when they are killed.
It's snowing on Mount Fuji. Let's go that way.
Okay, so you all enter Bears, and you pull back the curtain, and you are immediately overtaken by the scent of very, very strong incense that has a peculiar southern continent smell to it. Specifically, and basically, it's one of the most popular scents from the south central southern continent, Jabuji wood. It's sweet, and it sort of sticks around, and it's in your head. Not to make any rolls on anything, but you can tell that this place is an exotics store, if nothing else. And
If I
behind the desk,
Sorry, go on.
You go. No,
I was just gonna say, like, if I recall correctly, we were in the southern continent when we encountered this guy, right? Or around the southern continent.
Kudax?
Yeah.
No, you were in the right arm.
Oh, well then, fuck me, I guess.
No thanks. Let's keep this professional.
The behind the desk, you see a member of LX species manning the counter, and he's got his Abraham Sapien ass looking head ass thing on, and he's just kind of blubbering. He's just sitting there. He's looking at you.
How is he doing it with all the claws, or are they just kind of tucked away somehow?
They're Wolverine to back it a little bit.
Fair enough.
I'll never forget that, like, the only difference between Alec and his normal, like, unmutated mode is just that he's smooth.
Yeah.
He's
All right,
bubbling.
I guess we should walk up and try to introduce ourselves carefully.
Tino, like, before we go in, Tino just kind of looks over at Swert and just kind of whispers in his ear, "Don't do anything stupid this time."
Hopefully they don't have an accent this time. Hello there.
Shut up.
Sword fights. We're just looking for information if you might be able to provide any.
He narrows his eyes.
You fucking cow?
Out of character, what?
Tino kind of steps forward a little bit and says, "We are looking for some information on a warlord that many around here consider to be a myth that tried to kill us a few years back."
The fuck do you want?
I'm out of character. I have no idea how to approach this at this point.
Yeah, it's same.
He looks at the both of you like you've got 3 fucking heads.
No.
He's stoned out of his mind then.
Out of the forge and into the furnace on this one.
Is there anything we can do to try to sober him up beyond just attacking him?
No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Why do you think I'm drunk?
Tino just kind of looks over at Teotu? Is that how you pronounce it?
Teotu, yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of sort of looks over at Teotu with like a desperate look on his face.
I mean, I could slap him.
No.
We're trying to communicate.
I don't know. I could tell if he's lying, but I don't know if that'd be useful here.
Do we have anything on our person that could help us understand this guy better?
I didn't know how much like
So he
diplomacy is gonna be.
He takes a second, like he's looking at you like you guys are from fucking aliens, but then his eyes go wide.
Oh, good. Hold on.
Then he presses a button on his face, and he's like, "Ah, shit. Hi, sorry about that. I forgot I didn't have the fucking speaker on. What's good? What the fuck do you need?"
Oh, well, that explains a lot. Hi, we're hoping that you might be able to provide us some information.
We're looking for Kudaxi, and everyone thinks we're insane for thinking he's real.
You are, but I don't care. Your money's good, probably.
As we explained to the guards earlier, a few years back he tried to kill us, and very nearly did.
Sure, why not?
And
How? as you can see, I am a purveyor of fine weird shit. I don't know if I have any weird shit related to him, so what exactly are you looking for?
We're mainly looking to see if you might have any leads on where he might be.
He did not leave a mailing address whenever he was last here, like 2 days ago.
Oh,
So he has been here.
No, you idiots! He doesn't. He's not. He doesn't exist.
You know what?
Did you check the back to see if you have anything?
Can I use some perception on this guy to see if he's lying?
Well, I can just use my road if you want.
Yeah, I was about to say you have the lie detector right next to you. You can. But...
Yeah,
I didn't even know you had a road.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my secondary mate.
Attitude.
Why didn't you just give that to the guards earlier?
Because they had other things.
I can give it to him.
Plus, they probably took it away. Or then again, it's in hammer space. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball.
Throw your mask
All
on.
Okay, if you activate your road, take one of your KC off. You can tell that he still thinks that you guys, right side of the page, right side of the first page, about halfway down.
Ah, thank you. Yeah.
You can tell that he does firmly believe that he thinks that you all are morons. However, he is absolutely holding something back that he has so far not had a reason to lie about, and you kind of get an intuition for that.
Okay, out of character, how much money do we have? More to the point, is it enough to get this guy's attention properly?
So, funny thing about that.
Oh dear.
We had none.
Widgets, yeah, between all of you, you guys have maybe about 200 or so widgets. They're not on your sheets. Sorry about that. But
I'll just write that down real fast.
you are in the capital city of a recently destroyed empire. It kind of all runs off of fun bucks right now. So
Okay, new question then. What exactly did we come with on our ship, and has it been confiscated by the guards or not?
you don't know what the guards did to your ship because you haven't been back since they may or may not have done something to it. So
Okay.
But what did we come with?
That is a good question. Do we?
Yeah, we should know that.
1 second.
He's checking.
I'm looking in the back, you know. By that I mean I'm getting a slice of pizza.
Meanwhile, while
Pizza
he's
sounds
checking in the
amazing
back,
right now. Unfortunately, I'm just doing leftover nachos because I have
a
at least
pack of
a
Timbits
pound and
that I
a
ordered
half.
earlier because I'm the Canadian of the group.
I still have a pound and a half of taco meat left over, and I could also have like a can of refried beans. I'm gonna have.
I
a lot of
have
nachos later.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Timbits, half a bottle of Canada Dry, and 2/3 of a bottle of Black Label beer. That's what I got on me.
while he's checking in the back, I communicate to you guys what I learned from the road. So,
I mean, I already kind of have a plan based on that. I know what I'm going to try to do. If we're going to first ask about anything we have in the ship, and if the ship doesn't have anything of value, I'm just going to apply some, like 5%
Well, okay.
gravity and kind of pressure.
No, I don't think it's a good idea to, like, intimidate the guy, because that could get us in trouble with the guards again. And I don't want us getting arrested twice, okay?
That's why
Well,
I'm going to say if he doesn't take what we have on the ship, depending on what we have on the ship, then I can look into the options.
I think we should just, if he can't help us and we don't have anything that can open his mouth, I say we just look around the market and see if there's someone else who can help us. And if there's not, then we can come back and intimidate the guy.
I mean, I suppose, and keep in mind, we're
And
not
look at it this way.
saying this
If
out loud.
anyone's going to be able to intimidate the guy, it's Tino.
True. I'll tell you what, we'll try one thing. We will offer something, and if he says no, he doesn't want it, then I'm going to use my bluff to try to convince him that we'll just go somewhere else with that money.
What money?
Meanwhile,
with whatever we have.
while you guys are like trying to make a deal with him, I am gonna kind of like explore around the shop and maybe try and get in the back to see if there's something
Hey.
they can.
Hey, you know, there's an idea, actually. Okay, out of character. Well, can I do this out of character?
I mean,
What is it?
Okay, no, I was going to, like, try and communicate a plan, but we can't really do that out of character, so I think we should just leave if he can't help us, and then after we leave, I will communicate the plan. In character, properly.
I do see kind of where your plan might be going, though.
Thank you. You understand.
I see it.
So I reiterate, we have a lot of fine imports. We have good luxury stuff. We got wood. People love wood. It's great stuff.
I guess we're asking, out of character, we're asking what would be on the ship that would be worth it to this guy. Do we have anything on the ship that you know of?
Well, as far as stuff that you have on the ship, you have provisions. You have stuff to repair the ship. You have a bunch of charts, and that's pretty much it. You guys did not come here with merchantry in mind.
Do those charts point to anything that might be of interest? Like any unknown lands or mythical places, things like that.
We
Or something
might actually
luxury.
be able. We might actually be able to barter the stuff to repair the ship because of this is like a port town. They need essentials.
That is true.
That
But
is a
if
very
this
good
guy's
point.
an antiquity dealer, I'm not sure if he would be interested
true.
in that.
Yeah, but
it
he
would
just
turn around
mentioned
and-
wood, so
He
True.
did mention wood.
I fucking love wood.
Me too,
I love that
Lahari.
so fucking much.
We really should have brought a Tova plant life. That would
Bring me fucking wood and oil.
I mean,
Well,
I think we
yeah.
have that, right?
Well, we could just go find a couple of things and I'll just gravity it down into oil. It'll take a few minutes.
just go chop down some trees.
Good chop down some trees.
Tino kind of looks at the group and looks back at the guy and says, we think we might have something to sell to you, but we should go check our stock first. So we will be back in a little bit, and we will hopefully have something that would be of interest to you.
Okay.
Okay.
You should
Alright.
clarify what we're trying to buy.
We're trying to buy information. I think that's pretty obvious at this point.
I've got fucking wood. Wood's pretty nice. I got lots of that stuff.
You can always
Lots of
sell
wood.
the wood. This-
Oh, I've actually, you know what? I've also got some sand. Some really nice sand.
I've had enough
It's
of
rusty
sand
sand.
since last year, so let's just move on. Let's just.
Of course,
let's
Russ, it
just
gets
leave the
everywhere.
shop. Yeah. We'll
All
just.
right,
No,
so
no, no,
Tino-
no, no, hold. He stops you before you guys leave. No, what I'm trying to say is, I've got some rusty sand. He looks very pointedly at the three of you.
I'm picking up. I mean, should we just kind of like
Perception
see if we
check?
get-
Maybe insight check.
Insight, yes.
Insight would be a good idea.
I have no bonuses.
Swert and Tino make an insight check. Tier 2 make an insight check, but with disadvantage.
So D20
disadvantage,
plus
I just
bonus?
have-
For insight, yes. And Tier 2 disadvantage is roll twice and take the lower one.
Okay.
I'm not
Gotcha.
going to complain about that.
I'm gonna complain about that. It went right over my fucking head. That was a 2.
Okay, I got a 9.
So it looks like Tino's going to be the only one that actually picks up on this.
Tino realizes that the reference to rusty sand is a reference to Ruva,
Oh.
which had rusty beaches.
And to confirm, we have wood on the ship to trade, yes.
Yes, you have wood.
Okay. I assume it's still on the ship. We have to go back there before we can actually make this exchange.
Correct.
Maybe Tino, you should clarify you understand what he's referring to.
Yes, Tino kind of looks at the guy, and his face kind of perks up, and he says, Tino understands exactly, but unfortunately we still have to go back to our ship to acquire our trading goods, but we will be back within the day.
He points at Tino. You stay. The other two go. He's got a very deadly serious look on his face.
Tino nods his head and looks back at his brothers and nods at them in agreement, that sort of kind of silently acknowledging that this is something that should take place, yes.
Okay. There's not much we're gonna do otherwise. Might as well go get the supply.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Yep.
You guys get to the ship unmolested and start gravitying and telekinesising the some of the wood stores that are in the bowels of the ship off of it. And whenever you do, and whenever you get back down the gangplank from your ship to the pier, a gentleman with a pissed off look on his face and a red shoulder covering made out of cloth that says customs on the right breast stops you.
Oh God,
It's the
not
same
again.
guy.
Have you declared these imports to the city of Romari, eternal and illustrious it is? He looks pissed off and tired with the day.
Just bluff. Just tell him yes.
I would,
Tino's
out
not
of
here to
character,
swap me.
I would recommend that you just play along, because we've had this song and dance already, but Tino can't actually offer his advice if he's out in the shop just shooting the shit with the merchant, so...
Out of character, hear me out. I do
Steven!
have 9 offset in bluff.
Steven! It's just wood! It's not worth it!
What do you recommend
What-
I do? Go check.
What kind of rigmarole do I have to go to actually, sign it through customs and everything?
We don't know that information.
That's true. So it might not be that bad, or it might be really annoying.
Is it really worth getting arrested again while Tino is just kind of sitting there with a thumb up his ass?
Hear me out. We can try to make it work.
Oh
It'll
my
be-
God, why are you like this, Steven?
And if not, I'll just push him into the water. It's fine.
Oh God. Tino's gonna lose a brother today, isn't he?
All right, fine. I'm gonna answer honestly that apparently we have not checked it in, and how long would it take to do that?
The guard heaves a heavy sigh. How much of it are you bringing into the city? We already inventoried your ship whenever you were taken to the customs house a few hours ago.
Okay.
Just tell me how much of it that you are taking, and you can fucking leave, and we can both be at one another's face. Hmm?
I gotta point out in chat, just Lay coming in here saying cause of death, bureaucracy.
Remind me again, how much wood do we have, and are we taking... go ahead.
You have enough wood to repair about 30% of the ship if 30% of the ship were to be fucked up, which is a bunch. It is at your discretion as to how much of that you're actually taking.
I'm going to say no more than...
50%?
I was going to say half, but that feels like it's a bad idea. I was going to say probably about 20%. That's still a good amount.
That is a fairly large amount of wood.
Yeah. Maybe 10% is enough.
I mean, honestly, I would say 20 just in case we don't have enough to get information out of this guy,
Yeah.
but I can't genuinely offer my advice given that I'm not here.
Right.
That's
right,
kind of what I
so-
was thinking as well. We should
so-
probably
All
overstock
right.
and
Yeah,
under.
we'll
sell.
overstock and always bring it back. Wait, if it turns out to be too much, it won't be too much. All right, I'll just say, yeah, we're taking about 20% of the inventory.
Okay, please fucking go, so that way we can both be done with this interaction. Also, go fuck yourself.
Thank you. Have a blessed day. Matsuno, we forgive you. I just want to dig him just a little, not much, out of character. I just want to dig him a little.
Why are you like this, Steven?
I mean,
He stares off into the distance, wondering whether or not his life choices that he has made up to this point are worth the potential retirement that he's going to get in 500 years.
oh, he's retiring tomorrow. Love it.
After you pass him, he straightens up and continues his patrol down the pier.
Very good.
You
Local Toaster says, I love how the Game Master is in the form of the GSR. Thank you, that was Swert's idea, I think.
I believe so, yes.
When he's muted, he goes into a sleep state.
Yep.
Oh no, not Pterodax! Oh fuck!
That's still
Oh,
one of my
hey.
best ideas.
That does remind me, though. We forgot to update the RSG logo for the talking animation. I apologize.
Yeah, it's still the
Yeah.
original. That's our.
Not a big fucking deal. The whatchamacallit. Yeah, oh hey, it's 2008 now. Looks like I get to go play Mad Max. Anyways, you guys move back through the city again unmolested, beyond the slight interdiction with the customs guard, and you return to Bear's Oddities.
So it turns
You
out
notice
getting
that
arrested was beneficial in the end. It's like they inventoried our ship for us.
Everything happens for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
So, oh, actually, yeah, there is a real shit option, I think, with the Metru Nui head, is there not?
I don't think there is.
No, there's like an eye glowing one.
Oh, what?
Oh, well, there is a big version, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's a big version. We'll get to that eventually.
The yeah, okay. But yeah, you return to Bear's Oddities. Both of you give me an insight check.
Oh, me and Swert?
Yep, here's word.
Inside is
Inside. Do I do it with disadvantage?
No, just regular again.
Sure.
And
24.
Your
9.
offset is actually 4,
For
Joe.
insight?
Yeah,
Oh, it just wasn't filled on.
it goes off of your wisdom score if there's nothing in it. So
Okay.
Or your wisdom
then
bonus.
I will offset.
so 14. Swert.
20.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll buy that for $1. I was just gonna add it to the 9, but that works.
I'd buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1. So you both kind of do a double take, and you notice that it was just called Bears earlier, but now it's called Bears Oddities. Like the sign appears to have changed ever so slightly.
Maybe that's one of his oddities.
Perhaps.
maybe.
But regardless, the Bloopin member of LX Species and Tino are still waiting for you in the shop.
All right. I guess we're casually walking back in. We've got the stuff.
Welcome back, brothers.
What's up? And then the bear, the
This is not over, bears.
Bear the Ursare comes out from behind the counter and walks up to the front of the store and takes a look at the lumber that you have left in front of his shop, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, all three of you get the back."
Whoa.
Okay. I'm going to offer to drag it inside so nobody else walks off with it. Is that okay?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
This is
I don't
enough.
I kind of want to keep some of it with me, just before the transaction is finished.
You realize this is like a 2x2 by like 16, right? Like it's a big ass.
You
like,
realize our
piece of
hammer
lumber.
space is pretty vast, right?
I mean, I don't think it's going to be a huge loss if he double crosses us. It's only 20% of what we brought with us.
That's fine.
True.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can't fix approximately 12% of our ship.
And besides, it doesn't
might-
sound like we're going to be leaving here anytime soon anyways, so...
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So let's just go ahead and walk to the back as directed.
Okay, so as you guys get behind the counter and to the back, there's a wooden door, which is rather uncommon to have in a freestanding building. But there's a wooden door that opens up, and the Ursari sort of waves you inside. Let's head downstairs, boys. I think we need to have a fucking talk.
All right.
Sounds like
I'll
a plan
go
to me.
first.
Okay.
Okay, as you guys go down the stairs, the lights become again slightly dimmer, and there are lightstones ensconced in recesses in the wall, and the stairs themselves go down probably about 40 or so feet into the earth. There is a door at the landing. This one is made of stone, and the Ursare reaches his hand behind one of the sconces that contains a lightstone, twists it slightly, does a little jiggle with his hand, and the door slides open to the left, silently, revealing a larger and well-lit room full of old shit. All of it laid out on very, very ornately carved wooden tables.
Does
And
Tino
armoires.
recognize any of these artifacts?
Well, there's a bunch of masks for one, which is pretty obvious. Bunch of things that very much look like Toa tools. They have a certain sheen, and the three of you sort of sense a little bit of a kinship with them is probably the best way to say it. Tons of tablets, tons of papyri. There's a couple of organically written pieces of work on rollable material, which is weird and scary to you guys. There's even some brown flexible stuff that I don't know that any of the three of you would have seen outside of some pretty strange rooms on Odina whenever you were touring there during the prosecution campaigns. Suffice to say, there's a lot.
Quick question, sort of out of character. Am I the oldest one here?
Toa wise, yes. Being created wise, also yes, but not by quite so much.
All right. Well, so then, kind of same question. Do I actually recognize any of these specifically, or just the same as them?
A few of the other pieces you actually do recognize from the early days, but most of them, to your eyes, knowing what they would look like whole, appear broken or in parts.
All right.
So a few esoteric power sources, a weapon or two that is really just a part of a larger whole, despite looking usable to the untrained eye. Stuff like that. And as the three of you walk in, Bear does not come with you and seals the door behind you.
I mean, I guess that's to be expected given the circumstances. Can't be too careful, right?
A tinny voice rings out from nowhere in particular in the room. I have some people that I need to call. You all can peruse the stock while I'm making those calls around town. I'll be back in about 2 hours.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna look. I don't think we should touch any of it though.
probably a good idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of scan along the walls and see if there's any other entrances, exits, or sort of any kind of mechanical devices around.
Yeah, Tino
just
also
to make
just kind of
sure.
tries to take mental note of just about everything in the room and, the structure of the room itself, things like that, just for security's sake.
Yeah, I'm just kind of making sure that there's no way to gas us or any other secret entrances that somebody could ambush us through.
I would recommend Tino maybe also use the ground, use the earth to kind of sense for anything that might be untoward underneath us.
Yeah, like any secret chambers or things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Tino can.
They're good.
Tino, using his seismic sense, can actually see 300 feet in every direction. And it's pretty obvious that there is a second set of stairs that goes even further down, and the complex goes to the edge of his vision. This place is big.
Huh.
But he also can tell with a pretty decent amount of certainty that they are the only beings there that are actively up and moving anyways.
Tino just kind of looks towards his brothers and says, that there is nobody else around us, but this room is only a very small part of a much larger complex.
Good to know. Good to know.
Is where the additional stairs were, the ones we just saw, is there a mechanical sort of interface, or is it just?
Well, it is
If I can use
hidden.
my hacking.
It's hidden to plain view. So you would have to find the mechanism that is associated with it.
Can
And
Tino
Tino's
detect
size-
anything like that?
Give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay, how do I roll at disadvantage?
Roll it twice,
it'd
and we'll
be
go with the
twice
second,
the
and we'll go with the lower number. Yeah.
Okay, for some reason it's not detecting my previous thing, so... oh, that's why. It's because it's holding... my microphone cable is holding down a key. Whoops. There we go.
All right, so that 18.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, the fidelity of your seismic sense and the fact that the complex itself is made more out of stone than packed earth, you don't have the fidelity to be able to detect where any of these fine structures may or may not be.
Okay. So I do have a suggestion to make, which would be theoretically, Teatu could phase through the door, knowing where it is, and see walking down the stairs. However,
That might
the
not be the
risk
best
is-
idea, considering that we're very close to actually, making a deal here, and that this guy seems to want to cooperate with us, so we probably shouldn't make any...
and that's what I was going to mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they invite us downstairs, that's one thing. But in the event the deal goes south, I highly recommend all three of us go intangible and run through that door and
Well,
figure
okay,
out.
here's the plan in my eyes. Tino is gonna make a mental map of what he's seen of these other chambers, and if it comes down to it, we leave peacefully, come back at nightfall, and just kind of phase in here.
All right, yeah. I doubt that.
All right. So let's go ahead and just...
Yeah,
I do want to look at some of the wares. Is there anything that I could personally use that we could potentially buy with this stuff?
What are you interested in?
Well, another mask would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, do
I've
we
already got
recognize any of the masks that are on the walls here? That's a question to be
That's it.
asked.
That's the question. Are the masks of any Toa we already knew?
I was more
Are they
interested in just what the
functional?
masks are.
Well, that too.
Yeah, and are they functioning?
Well, you guys can reach out and touch them, and that will kind of tell you whether or not there is any power sort of flowing through them.
Okay.
And you will also be able to instinctually tell whether or not it is a mask that you are familiar with the power of.
Go ahead. Touch it.
All right.
There are a few ones that you recognize. You recognize a great Kirill. You recognize a Mask of Rahi Control, Koramau. You recognize a Calyx and also a... Not that one. Oh, God, no. And a Nakaku. And then there's about 4 or 5 others that you don't really recognize because they're modified pretty heavily.
Is there any way we can, kind of, sort of intuit their power?
You would have to touch them to do so.
Okay. Let me go ahead and touch the first modified one that I do not recognize.
Aren't you the first person that said, let's not touch anything?
Look. We're running out of bad ideas here.
So let's use one of them then.
Yep. So I will go and touch the first. Just touching it. I'm not going to pick it up or anything.
Fair enough.
Okay, so you poke it in the forehead, basically.
Teotu steps back slightly.
Give me a... Look at your sheet real fast. Give me an insight check, first of all.
Sure.
And then also give me 3 perception checks.
Perception is... All right.
You hear a small click.
Well, that doesn't
Nothing
sound
happens.
good.
Nothing that you are aware of happens.
Silent alarm?
As far as the mask is concerned, you feel your spirit, you feel your soul, and your body separately for a moment.
Oh.
So it's an item.
Ooh.
As though a barrier had grown between them for a split second.
I can't imagine how exactly, off the top of my head, I can't imagine how an item would be useful to us, but it's good to know that it's there.
Yeah.
So that's the first one.
Tino walks over to one of the other masks and kind of does the same thing, just sort of gingerly brushes his finger across the nose or something, I don't know.
I think I know what this is, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't technically know it in character.
Do we need a dexterity check for Tino on that?
We need Tino to make an insight check and 3 perception checks.
Okay, so it's just basically going to be the same thing 4 times.
Or whatever.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You can feel violence. But that's it.
Okay, so that's probably what's considered an immoral mask, then. Maybe, I guess I can't think off the top of my head what it could be, but it seems like something I don't want to get involved in.
Yeah, out of character, it sounds like it might actually just be a mask of scavenging. That would make the most logical sense. But obviously, Swert wouldn't know that.
Can I do a perception check to see if I heard a click from that when he touched it?
You may.
All right. How do we do this again? Perception is 15.
I'm going to go ahead and...
21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
You
21.
You hear a click.
I do hear a click.
You do hear a click.
So I think
I think I'm going to do the same. I just want to make sure that I heard it as well.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt to have more information. So that's the insight. So that's
Yeah, go for it.
not 54. Just nope. Apparently, I didn't listen.
Not paying attention.
That's a nat 1.
Wow.
You are so entranced by these shiny new masks that your finger reaches out and pokes another one.
Uh-oh. Okay. So
Give me an
now-
insight check and 3 more perception checks.
Okay. Oh shit.
Well,
So, as you touch the mask, you hear, for you, a second to click. And you put it together that there might be something going on.
Yeah, Teotihuacan was, after the second click, he was kind of onto something.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that heard 2 clicks so far.
Well, I heard the one from Tino and the initial one that you did.
Okay, let's be real here for a second. This guy knows we're Toa. He knows we can use Kanoe. He wouldn't have left us in here with his wares of Kanoe if he wasn't... I mean...
Well,
I can't imagine he trusts us. So there's something else going on here.
well, from just touching the masks, as far as we know, we haven't seen any sort of alarm or security system activate. So I am pretty sure that this is how we open that door.
I was gonna say this sounds like a combination lock to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well-
if that's the case, do we really need to fuck around with it? Why don't we just cut the shit and phase through it? If we can find it,
True.
anyways.
Well, first of all, what have I learned
Well, you
from
can find
touching
it.
this mask?
You feel very dusty. Also, the lights go out.
Well, I mean, at this point, Tino is probably the only one who can see straight.
Yeah.
You feel dusty, and the lights have gone out.
Is that
Are
just
any of us capable of generating light, or do we have anything on our person that can do so?
Oh,
Do we
I
have, like, a
definitely have
vision
something on me.
stat? Or
I have a lamplight.
Might be a good time to use it.
I can certainly turn it on. It would just make the light level of my immediate area brighter by 1.
It's
Well,
better
that's more
than
than
none.
0.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So obviously, I need to. Is that just since we're not in combat, don't have to worry about the AP?
Correct.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn it on.
Wow, become a
because-
Hordika jump scare.
with us, you said feel dusty. Was that because of falling dust? After that,
No, that was only Swert felt that whenever
Just
he poked
Swert,
the third
okay.
mask. Yes,
And the lights went out
Got
for
it.
everybody, or just for me?
for everybody. Like the light stones that are in the wall dimmed. They're off.
I am
Okay.
in your walls.
All
Quite
right, so yeah,
literally
I turned
soon.
the light on. I turned the light on. Hopefully, I'm not distracting Tino with that. But light level.
about how long? About how long after this guy left has it been?
About 20 minutes. So you can. There doesn't appear to be anything else happening after a minute. So you can just sit around in the dark if you like.
Didn't he
Or-
say he'd be back in 2 hours, or am I imagining
Yeah.
things?
He said that's what he said. Yeah. But considering the lights went out,
I have
I
to
don't
see
know.
this through. I'm almost wondering, should we touch the last mask anyway?
I mean, it's better than... I'd say fuck
Sure.
it and see what happens.
I'm not doing it.
Tino will do it.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Tino, who can actually see right now, like easily, even if Swert didn't have the extra light source, pokes the third mask or the fourth mask. So give me an insight check and give me 3 perception checks.
So just roll it 4 times.
Yeah, pretty much. Not doing great today, goddamn.
Oh, that 21
just-
helps.
he just barely hears the click. And whenever he touches the mask, he feels his hand pushed back. Just the slightest amount.
A how, perhaps?
Interesting.
Huh.
Indeed,
feeling
indeed.
it's not. Right. Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not confirming that it's a how. I'm just
Oh.
saying, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, all I'm writing down
feel
for my own
it's-
notes, I recognize the one is definitely an item, so I'm just writing that down. Not that Swert necessarily knows it's an item, but I'm definitely calling it an item. The second one I've written down is just immoral. The third one I just wrote down the word dusty ? And then lights went out. And the fourth one I'm just saying repulsion ? And then shielding ? Just I'm just throwing it down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is maybe repulsion. or
Does
something.
Tino recognize any pattern to this assortment of masks?
The two that he felt and the two that Swert felt all feel recently made. And by recently, I mean in the last 50 years.
That's basically like yesterday.
Yesterday.
Brand new, yeah.
So what are they doing here?
And they're like in perfect condition. They're not damaged or anything.
Is there any way we can intuit like where they came from based on their craftsmanship?
You can attempt, if you would so like.
Well, let's see here. I do have at least 1 point in history. I just wish I could dump it into Yuskanohi. Because that wisdom Yuskanohi is 23 offset. I love it.
I am very quickly trying to find what Tino's history is.
It's under knowledge.
He has
Weirdly
basically
being-
nothing. So
Yeah, weirdly being as old as I am, I have no points in any knowledge.
So it looks like out of all of us, Swert would probably be the best to be able to intuit this.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
So-
the understanding I have. So, what would you like
Do
to
any of
roll
you have
there?
anything in Knowledge Society?
I do
have
not.
one in society.
I have nothing.
Okay. I will.
I do have a
Swert?
6 in powers, by the way, but that doesn't necessarily help us.
Not here.
Or science.
So-
6 in science, too.
Then, if Swert is electing to do this, so Swert, I need you to give me one perception check per Kanohi that you want to look at.
Okay.
And then, well, do that first, and then I'll let you know what else to do.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and roll that 4 times because I want to know about all 4. Or is
Okay.
it just the 2 that I have?
They're all sitting on a table, presuming that you haven't done something as silly as try to pick them up.
Okay. Well, there's my 4 offsetting 9. So, in the order, I'm just going to say the Iden, Immoral, Dusty, and Repulsion, for lack of better terms, in the order that we read them. That's my perception.
Okay. I want you to give me I want you to give me 4 Knowledge Society rolls.
Okay.
And the first one I want you to do at disadvantage.
Okay. So that's a 12.
Okay.
Then there's this one, which is the second. Here's my
Crit.
third. And here's my fourth.
2 crits.
I got 2 crits on that.
So that's for, what did you say, Dusty and...
Oh, no, that's for Immoral and Repulsion, officially.
Gotcha. So, you can't tell what the Immoral and the quote-unquote Repulsion mask actually are, or anything along those lines for sure. You can, however, tell that both of those two have the Maker's Marks. No, actually, I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. You can tell that the both of them were repaired in the last decade or so. There are minute but still noticeable signs that they were both gashed and beaten and bent out of shape at some point. They were, at least so far as you can tell, likely used in the war.
Taken from down Toa, perhaps?
Well, I mean, if they were made within the last 50 years, it's hard to say. I can't imagine they would have been taken by Down Toa unless the war was that short a time ago.
Taken from Down Toa.
It's only been roughly 30 years since the prosecution ended.
Okay. Are we able to detect any, like, residual life energy in these masks?
No, you are not. You don't. I don't think any. Well, actually, what were you about to say, Joe?
I was going to say something about, like, don't I have, like, some sort of energy tracing sort of thing? Not sure.
You do. Your soul scythe has. It's made out of Kabomo metal, which is the Kanoka of energy tracking, which is Spinax's power, but it's a really watered down version of the power.
Right.
So I have out of character.
without-
I have a dumb idea. You like dumb ideas, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
What if I were to slap it with that Zapstone?
That sounds like a horrible idea. But I do have to imagine that those were given to us for a reason. Or it's just a red herring.
It could also be. You know what though?
They're candies.
We have. I mean, they are candies. Yes.
Ooh, piece of candy.
But you gotta admit, it's an idea. And we're
The candies I
running very
stole
low
from
on them.
Sigma.
Yeah, it's an idea. It's a dumbass idea, but it's an idea.
I did say you like dumb ideas, right?
You're not
Could
wrong.
we maybe start by pushing the Dusty mask again to see if that does anything to the lights?
I'm
Let's,
not opposed.
Yeah, feel free to touch it.
All right, yeah, I'll push the Dusty mask again.
Everybody, give me a perception check.
Everybody,
oh boy.
okay.
Here we go.
All right. God damn.
Okay, that's.
That happens. You press it twice.
Well, I got a 16.
Hold on, perception 15.
Well, at least
29.
someone didn't beef it.
I was on edge while pressing this.
Ever so slightly. Well, Joe and Swert both hear a thunk
Did we guess
In-
the combination by accident?
in another room. No, you did not. Nothing else happened. You just hear a thunk.
All right.
I'm gonna relay that to Tino and ask, can you do another seismic check?
I do another seismic check. 'Cause at this point, I've already made a bit of at least I think I've already made a bit of a mental map of what's going on around us, so I should be able to see if anything's changed.
You notice that a large granite sphere in a different room about 3 floors down has moved up from up on a shelf to into this vertical trough thing. That's the only change that you can notice.
Oh god, it's a
All
massive
right,
puzzle, isn't it?
It's really not.
Okay.
But
So we're just being dumbasses, is that right?
Yes.
here,
This is like that one time where we spent 2 hours trying to figure out whether or not we should break through a mud wall.
that was rough. That was real rough.
This is almost as bad as when we decided to try to dig underneath the island because I didn't want to deal with what was going in front of us. And trying to make Lehari pull his hair out of his head.
And
while
then we
dealing
all got
with
kicked in
COVID.
the neck by Parak.
Yep.
Oh god.
So so far as you can tell, there is nothing else moving within this complex.
Okay.
Whenever you don't touch things, you can continue to try to touch things and continue to press your luck, or you can wait in the dark for another little while,
How much time has passed now?
like 45 minutes, I presume.
Fucking hell. So we're not even halfway through the period where this guy said he was going to come back.
Just open up the menu and click wait. It's that easy.
Yeah, I guess that's probably our best bet at this point.
I'm going to do one more touch.
Oh god.
I'm going to touch the calyx. I want to see if anything happens when I touch that one.
Okay. Same as before. Insight, then 3 perception checks.
For all of us or just him?
Just him.
Okay.
All right, so
Meanwhile,
my
Tatu's
insight
just gonna
is
go
5,
meditate in the corner.
and then my perception is that. All right, so I got a 21 on the insight, and then I got all of that for the perception.
You hear another click and then a winding sound, and that's it. But the calyx does feel like a calyx.
Yeah, well, I've got one slapped to my face. I knew exactly what that would feel like.
Well, it's not a mask in the shape of another mask, is what I'm trying to tell you.
That's true. That's true.
Tino, you want to do another seismic check?
May as well.
See what else changed?
Nothing at the fidelity that your seismic sense can tell you has changed.
Huh.
Okay. Well, there's 3 more masks.
At this point, I say we just wait it out.
Yeah, Tato is just already committed to waiting it out. He's just meditating over the corner.
Same.
All right, fine. I will drag down the drop menu and hit wait.
You're really on edge today, Swert. You know that?
I just want to get
Like
through
every
things, but I gotta
every
wanna-
single encounter, you're like, we should kill someone.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I wanna
saying,
kill
I'm adding
someone
that
too.
to my notes. Swert as Cicero.
To be fair, I do want to kill someone too, but like, I want to find the right person
I
to
just
kill.
want to do something sneaky, okay? We tried to do the whole be boring thing once. That didn't go so fun. I then tried doing the let's try to circumvent all of Lehari's things. That didn't go so well. So now I just want to break through it because we got a mask that lets us break through it.
Look, this
And
is
that's not
Lehari we're
working.
talking about. You're not going to outsmart him in his own game, okay?
I have plans for everything, so it's kind of like whatever. Like, you guys could have gone completely off the rails here and decided to Onwiku it up. I don't care. Tino is the moral fiber here, is what I'm getting out of all of this. However, since you guys have...
Tino knows when to fight and when not to, at the very least.
Will you at least accept that if something goes south, we're going through the other door, right?
Absolutely. I just think that we should come back here at night and do it stealthily.
So, now that the time is up, the door clicks back open about 2 hours and 15 minutes or so after he said he would be back. And
Sends a death glare towards Tino.
and the
Tino smiles.
The member of LX species just looks into the darkness and rolls his eyes. I felt like the whole don't touch shit thing was implied, but all right, fine. I gotta go downstairs here in a few minutes. And he punches the wall in a couple of specific places with the tips of his claws, and the lights turn back on. I'm going to go downstairs. You're going to go talk to him. And he jams a thumb behind himself, and walking down into the showroom that you guys are currently in is a hunched and incredibly, like, off-puttingly, ornately dressed Ihidari, who is wearing an entire robe, which is uncommon basically anywhere, even back on Versuva, where you guys spend some time, made entirely out of red and gold thread. And he looks at the three of you, and he asks, I hear you are looking for some antiquities. I believe that I can help you with that, my enterprising young Toa. However, there are rules to how these types of interactions occur here in my beautiful eternal city of Romari. Please, tell me what of my potential wares you are interested
in perusing.
So,
It's
out of
at this point, I
character, we're mainly looking for information. I'm not sure if that's being implied here or not.
It is.
Okay.
Okay, Tino, you have
Yes,
the
my
information.
brother?
Please ask.
Huh?
Out of character. Liam, just ask.
Ask what?
About the guy we're looking for that I can never remember the name because we didn't write it down.
Gadaxi. And rather
Gadaxi.
than reiterate everything that I've told to like 2 different people at this point, I'm just going to say Tino relays the information.
That it appears that you are chasing a myth.
A
However,
myth that almost killed us. Apologies.
he looks at Swert and he just nods. These myths, you see, well, they have unsettling legacies here in this part of the universe, Romari specifically. And I believe that I might be able to assist you what's with your quest that you are on, trying to find this one. I have a tablet, you see, downstairs, and it is rather valuable, and I have several buyers lined up. And if you are seeking out this particular myth, legend, legacy, whatever it is you would like to call it, then I might be willing to part with it, provided, of course, that you does me a little favor.
What is it that you are looking for?
Hold on. Out of character. Okay, so we're just making a mob deal.
Hey,
making a
at
lot.
this point, look, at this point, I don't care, all right?
I mean, we really should care.
This guy tried to kill us, Steven. And this is our
Technically, he
only
never-
lead.
Okay.
Everyone else thinks we're insane. And we are.
What?
Make no mistake, we are.
I think yous are all bonkers.
We're still talking out of character. Thank you. Hold your tongue. Literally just start screaming that at the top of his lungs.
No, no, that is out of
stop.
character. That is out of character. We are not doing this again. The last thing we need is to be arrested and then whacked by the mob the moment we get out.
Plus, this guy might have information about Trin Kron.
Oh God, here we go.
My own personal side quest.
Well, you're gonna have to pay for it with something not my wood.
I'll ask him after you guys are done. It's fine.
All right. all right. I guess we're asking, may we know the nature of the favor before we say yes or no?
I wants you to go kill a guy.
Oh,
Okay, out of character. I know that's what I want, but
No, you can't get cold feet now, Steven. You asked for this. This is what you wanted.
can we know the guy's name?
His name? You don't need to know his name.
out of character. It's going to be the listless guard we met earlier.
Are we allowed to know why he wants him dead?
You are Toa in a very non-heroic location, asking a lot of very heroic questions. I just need you to kill a guy, to get a thingy that guy has, and to bring me that thingy. Do you understand?
Then couldn't we just get the thingy and not have to kill the guy?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Him's continuing to
answer.
be alive is exactly parts of my problem. It just so happens that he also happens to have something that I want.
Okay. Let me ask you
What
this.
if? Okay.
I just want to know one thing.
What is
Does
the one
he
thing
fly?
that you wish to know?
Does he fly?
He can, although I do not know that he does.
There goes my first plan.
What if he
I mean,
was just
okay, out of character, I say we just agree to this, and we'll wing it until we find this guy and figure out later what exactly to do.
I mean, we're not getting away with
yeah.
that tablet until we agree and then do the thing. That's just how this works.
Right, but
Yeah.
my
Just say
logic
yes,
is
now
my
give us that
logic.
thing and
Okay,
then get out of Dodge.
hold on. Hear me out. My logic is maybe we won't need the tablet if this guy that he wants dead also happens to have the information that we want.
That's a good point.
I would like to break the 4th, 5th, and 6th wall and address chat for a moment. Kim Jong, you are not allowed to have sex with no comma. That is illegal.
What? Excuse the fuck me?
I'm looking right here at the chat. Yep, that is what it says. More or less.
That is illegal. You are not allowed.
I mean, Taraga no Kama does have those badonkadonks on her chest.
Tino, that is a colloquialism for ass, not for titties. I know you are gay, but keep up.
I'm also like half drunk. Give me a break.
Only half, brother.
Yeah, clearly I need more.
yeah.
All right, let's. I use my gravity to put the 4th wall right back up. We're not dealing with that right now.
All right. Yeah. So, I do think that we should agree. Yeah, because we could go and we could see if the other guy has the information, and if he doesn't, and if he's an asshole, we could just kill him. And if not, then we could just steal the thing and disappear it. As in, like, you force him to leave somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. I
That might
think
not
we
work,
should.
but-
I think we should just go along with it until we're given reason not to.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, and before you goodies think that you can get out of this, I want you to bring me this man's head in a bag.
What about his mask? We just bring the mask.
Nope. I need the whole ass head.
What
Why?
about the whole head ass? That's out of character. Clarify.
I'm incapable of identifying this man by his ass. I need you to bring me his head.
That was just. I'm just saying how funny. I'm sorry.
I am
Who
not.
do you
I am
think
not
you
a
are,
funny-
gatherer? That
All
was
right,
also
let's
out of
go.
character, by the
Let's
way.
go.
I was talking to Swert.
All right. Yes.
The whole ass head.
Again,
All right.
I think we just
You
go
know,
along
to
with
be
it
fair-
until we. Yeah.
To be fair, we do not know out of character. We did not
Oh,
know.
you
what
stop that!
species
You
this
stop
guy-
that right now!
No, stop. I'm saying we don't know what species this is, so yes, let's accept and figure out information.
Yeah, I mean, we don't
We
even
need
know
to
for
know what
sure
that
if this
guy
guy
looks
even
like.
has a head.
Yeah. Maybe this.
I
is
am aware that this guy has a head. He has at
Okay,
least one
fine.
head.
At least.
Okay.
At least one head. Likely no more than one head. However, I do not know what he has been up to lately, so I cannot confirm that he does not, in fact, have more than one head.
He
However-
took a proto spa day.
Gained an extra head. Nothing else.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and accept. Although we're gonna need a little more information about what he looks like and where he is.
He is a Kumo pack, and he is out there in a mine around about 3 Kyo southwest of Romari.
Okay, so
He is
first off,
unmissable.
out of character, I don't know what that species name is, so you're gonna have to be slightly more specific. I think.
That Kraka species.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, sorry, not Kumo pack. That's no, yeah, Kumo pack is Kraka species.
huh.
Tino
All
gets to
right.
fight a Kreka.
Beeg versus Beeg. Tino
He is-
perks up a little bit at that idea.
He is rather extra thick, and he has been causing trouble for me and my associates
wherein he does the violence to my guys.
Okay.
He's
So-
dummy thick and his ass cheeks have been alerting the guards?
Well, you see, that is exactly the problem. He is extra triple deluxe thick, and none of my gods appear to be alerted whenever his ass cheeks are clapping in the vicinity, and therefore he has been beating the shit out of all of my guys that work in the mines to the southwest of Romari. So, what I need you to do is I need you to go take his head off and get the little thingy that's in a bag around his neck, and I need you to bring that here.
What's the
Post
thing?
haste.
So
It's a little.
he's-
It's a
he's-
bag. That's all you need to know. If you look in there, then the deal is off.
So he's big, he's violent, and he's currently in hiding.
I'm in.
Yeah,
He is big.
I'll take it.
He is big. He is violent, and he is potentially in hiding. However, it's not so much that we don't know where he is. It's that he tends to be a rather sneaky little fuck, a sneaky big fuck,
Okay.
and he tends to, go out and do what the violence to my guys, as I said before.
All right. I think we can take on the mission.
Yeah.
Extra thick indeed. C03-T3.
1 out of
Sir,
moment.
can I
1
please
out of
request
character
you not
thing for a
break the
moment.
eighth wall?
I'm just gonna grab another beer real quick. 1 moment.
Okay.
Beer is in fact mandatory for this particular mission. You all have to be shit-faced, otherwise the deal is off.
Damn, I don't got any.
Oh no, it is my last beer.
Drink some for me, Tino, because I have none in this household.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
And
Isn't it?
drink some for me as well. Because I have none.
Tyrell Rager, you are not allowed to have sex with Cracker. That is illegal.
Why? Chat.
I will
Chad,
give you
Chad
precisely.
Chad is just down bad tonight. What the hell?
It's all about them sticky boys, Bonks, all of the horny in chat. I will put an end to all of you. Mark my words.
Why am I just thinking like Shadow the Hedgehog? Death to all who oppose me.
If respecting women makes me a gay idiot, then I'm the gayest idiot that ever there was.
Also, the question is, what's with my character? I mean, what about my character? It's just me.
Anyway, as I was saying, what with the crime, go and commit the crime.
Be gay, do crime.
Be gay, do crime.
All right, guys, let's go do crime.
All
Hell
right, so
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and. So, do we have permission to leave?
You have my permission to depart this particular facility and then go do the crime I told you to do.
Thank you.
Tino
Just trying to
just
be-
like excitedly claps his hands. All right, let's go whack a bitch.
So far, out of all of the Toa that I have worked with since the collapse of the glorious Minotan Empire, you all are, well, not my favorite, but I can at least respect what you are about.
Yeah, I was about to say, out of character. This is not the first rodeo between Tino and Swert. They have
Yeah.
absolutely broken the Toa code once,
Yeah.
and then once again.
And in the interest of time, I'm going to just have you guys, having picked up a map from the member of LX species, and he's like, all right, go there, do the thing, have fun, bye, get the fuck out.
All right.
Also, we're taking all of your wood.
Small Jack Sparrow salute, and then walking out the door.
Okay, it is now the early evening on your second day, short side, in a little while. And you are in the hills just to the northeast of a Traxa mine, which is it's a rather important alloying metal that this particular part of Minota has a decent amount of. And you are posted up on a forest-covered hilltop. What do?
Could Swert maybe like fly us there so we can get there a bit quicker?
I mean,
Something like that.
Wind fly.
I do technically have the ability to manipulate gravity, but do I have enough to manipulate all that?
My God. Okay, I need to put this on screen for a moment. Something I just saw in the server. Here is some fan art from Jack/Tommy in our community art Discord server of Game Show Tahu. This is beautiful.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh, that is amazing. That's going on the wall
That's great.
next year.
Yeah, that's going on the wall next year along with the other one. That is beautiful. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, continue.
Sorry.
So you guys are in the vicinity of the mine that was mentioned, where this Kumo pack is running around, and you notice that the population in and around the mine is almost exclusively Onu and Po Matoran, and a few Fae Matoran, with a few Ihidari overseers and a few member of Mantax's species, the Ogafi, as well. You don't see any Kumo pack running around, and they tend to be relatively common sights in mining facilities.
So it would probably be best to go down and maybe ask, probably the miners, maybe not the foreman or something, probably just like the actual Matoran, and see what's been going on with this particular guy, see if they maybe know anything of like when he might return to harass them, so that we could just grab him.
Okay, you run down to the foreman's office, and you see a couple of Matoran and a couple of Augafi and a few of the Ihidari around, and you go in and you start asking some questions, and the foreman is actually one of the Augafi, because they have a pretty significant stake in mining across the world, and he is big, hunched, and kind of smells like methane.
Methane exists in Bionicle? Interesting.
Yes.
Hello. How can I help you?
We're looking for, what's the guy's name again?
Kadaxi. Or no, we don't know the guy's name that we're actually
is
looking
a
for.
We don't know the
Kadaxi,
guy
yeah.
that we're looking for. We're looking for a whatever
Yeah.
the species of Krek is.
Kumo pack.
We're looking for a Kadaxi that's been harassing your people
that's
recently.
not the guy. That's the myth guy.
Oh, no, okay, I
Kumo-
meant the guy that we're supposed to be killing there.
Yeah.
Kumo pack.
Right.
Kumo pack is the name of the species.
Kumopak, okay. Yeah. So we're looking for a Kumopak dude that's been harassing your people here. What's been going on?
Every 2 or 3 weeks, he comes out of the forest and he just breaks all of our shit. He just smashes it all up and then he flies away. He killed 2 of my sub-foremen 3 weeks ago.
So he does fly, but
They
that
do
does
fly.
bring up the question. Oh well, I guess. Yeah, I guess
because
Kreka was able to
Kreka
fly.
species could fly. They fly
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they
2 or
fly
3
now.
weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, probably can't wait that long for him. How long has it been since the last attack?
About 3 weeks. He's due any day now.
Okay, good.
now. Okay. So I think it'd be advantageous of us to wait in the shadow,
Mhm.
like in the cave, wait for him to ransack, and then we'll bum rush him. Why not?
Just sort of like stake out nearby, in the trees or in the shadows or something.
Who sent you?
We were
Some
sent by.
guy.
No. Do we know the guy's name that sent us? Out of character.
Well, he never asked, but
Some mob bus guy. I don't know.
he asked you to call him the old man.
Okay.
Yeah. We were sent by the old man.
He blanches.
What do you need?
We just need a little space, and we need a moment of opportunity.
And also to have maybe
whatever you need.
And also to maybe have your Matoran, run away if we get into a battle. Just,
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea to probably keep some of your labor out of the way.
Yeah.
That will impact productivity.
For a time.
It will certainly be worth your while when the disturbance is no longer in your area.
It is unacceptable to lose productivity for this. I will not take them off the job.
They can.
Swert, can you convince him?
I'm definitely trying to.
Yeah, you convince him I don't have the stats first.
Oh yeah, no. My straight up diplomacy and bluff are both 9s. I could try my best to do one of the two.
But give it a roll.
All right. 12. Well, that does jack shit. Maybe.
They will have to meet their quotas and make up for the days lost in the previous attacks. To take them off of my own volition is outside of my best interest.
Okay, may I make a proposal?
Proceed.
What if only 1/3 of the labor worked off in shifts?
Unacceptable.
Okay. We are going to go ahead and say, for the safety of everybody and so that they're not overworked, they can stay. But if the brute comes running, we will need them to at least attempt to hide.
They will take cover in accordance with our emergency procedures, but only if it is required.
I can just look around at Tino and K2. Just trying to do a bit of a nod of reassurance. Is this the right choice?
Tino has been giving the chat uppies, so he just doesn't really know what's happening.
Tino is excited to fight. Got it.
He's just blanked out until the fight begins. He's completely useless. So
K2, what do you think?
So what have you convinced him to do at this point?
Well, my original plan was to try to convince them to allow them to not be here, knowing that they're going to be safe later. But unfortunately, I rolled a 12. So
Yeah.
they would have to meet the quota, and that's about the best I got out of it. So I decided to renege on the proposal there, and instead just say, if the guy comes running, just drop and run, which seems to be working.
Yeah, that's good enough, I think.
Okay, so I got the nod of approval.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be acceptable then.
Excellent. Let me know when your preparations are complete. We will work around you to the best and most efficient effect.
May I ask you if you have any forms of defenses already in place?
The Earth protects.
Okay.
That's fair. Well, out of character, I think Tino can absolutely do something with the Earth. And I also think Tino needs to stop making Matoran fly.
Look, the chat gets what the chat wants, okay?
Puppies are a human right.
Okay. I'm actually gonna pay attention now.
Yeah, pretty please with sugar on top.
I'll just do my own uppies.
Puppies are the way of the Great Spirit.
This is the way.
Yes. Anyway,
as fun as that is. So you guys have elected to set up and wait for this guy to come around, yeah?
Here's what I'm going to say in the preparation time. I'm going to say, I'm going to direct Tino to create a couple of earth traps.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any traps we could lay?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And that way we can at least try and make some type of... If we can get him into a pit deep enough that we can still get out of later. I mean, okay, no, he flies. Check.
Yeah, I was going to say.
If we could form a dome around him, he's trapped. Tino could go in there one-on-one him because Tino could see. He may not necessarily be able to see in the dark.
Couldn't you be able to just increase his gravity so that he can't fly as well?
Well, I mean, I can also do that, but that allows Tino to have the one-on-one fight on somewhat even terms.
Can you make like a gravity trap so that like the second he lands, he like dramatically increases his gravity?
The two abilities that I have definitely written down here for my thing is craft and control. So maybe?
So what I'm hearing here is gravity well combined with earth wrapping up his ankles.
I unfortunately don't have gravity well anymore. All I have is gravity hammer, which allows me to increase my attack.
Hey,
gravity
that's my attack.
I have gravity hurts, where a target fires a weapon, I can spend 1 AP to redirect their attack. I can do a ground slam, so when I would take fall damage, I would, as a 0 AP reaction, just use elemental energy to just kind of, divert some of that damage away. I have Halo, high altitude, low orbit. As 1 AP action, I can spend XEE, where X is equal to the target's size modifier, to grant a target immunity to fall damage for 5 minutes. And I have orbital realignment. As a 1 AP action, I can spend 1 EE to either double a target's jump distance for 5 minutes or to allow them to walk on walls, ceilings, etc. for 5 minutes.
So,
might come in handy.
You do have the ability to make a trap, but that would require you to very quickly become familiar with the equipment creation system. So,
fuck it,
I'm just saying, I'm not saying we build an actual trap. I'm just saying
no, but that's how it would work. So we just you tell me what you wanted to do, and we'll kind of rough it out.
I mean, okay, so we're just gonna build based on First of all, we're all familiar roughly with his size, right? Based on knowledge of the species, or do we really?
Yeah, now you know that they are the thickums.
Fair enough. So we're gonna build a pit large enough to contain him, and then to be able to put a dome around it in real time so he can't get out. So I'm hoping that enough suspense will shock him into not reacting quickly enough, and then he just gets closed in. And then Tino could just kind of morph his way through the dirt to go fight him.
And also, I know, you're going to deal with that first, but I also want to look around to see if they have any sort of like equipment that I can potentially hack into like something dangerous.
They have a bunch of forklifts and other various heavy loaders, and that's pretty much it.
Oh no, he's forklift certified.
Oh no, we're playing forklift simulator.
Hack those so that I can just like press a button on my wrist and they both drive forward with their blades.
All right, give me 2 hacking checks then.
Okay, plus 11. All right.
CAMPFIRESONG song.
First one does not work out. You bricked it. Congratulations. And then the second one did.
Great.
All right. So I have one.
CAMPFIRESONG song.
Anyway. Okay, yeah, you have a remote start on one of them. You're good there.
Huzzah! 50% is still glass half full.
Yep.
Hey, Gabby in chat. Thank you very much again for your work on Tahu this year. If there's anyone to thank for that beautiful model, it is him.
Indeed. Very good work.
CAMPFIRESONG song.
Okay, Dr. Claw.
Yes. Bring me gadget.
Dr. SpongeBob.
Oh, jeez.
Inspector Widget?
I am ready to just eat this entire stream.
I am dead, and also fairly praised.
Okay, let's just build
to
the
make the
trap. And,
trap?
let's,
Yeah.
let's just do the trap, and let's just yeet
Okay.
this guy to oblivion. Let's just get
Okay.
going.
Cool. All right, so trap is built. I'm not going to make you roll anything for it, but take, we'll call it 20 EE out of your elemental energy, Swert.
Also,
Okay.
I just, out of character, I just had a silly idea. Chat.
Okay.
I want you all to turn this into a virtual mosh pit. Everyone just attack each other at the same time.
We can also just dance.
True.
Are you ready for some coffee? I want some coffee. Yes.
Oh, okay. Can we?
Yeah, sure.
It is literally almost midnight. Well,
Okay.
it's
Very
almost
true.
midnight.
So it has been a couple of hours. The sun has fully set, and I want you all to give me a perception check. Also, heartless, nobody, corn smiles upon you.
All right, perception.
Oh, 16.
Just looking at the screen every so often, I'm just seeing Matoran flying everywhere.
Yeah, I got a
And me.
1.
Just fade me.
Okay, well, it would appear that the only one hearing the smack of his ass cheeks as he approaches
It is Tino?
is Tino, yes. He hears the thick, meaty man approaching from the forest.
Put some
Tino's
mustard
ears
on the
are
cheese.
acutely tuned to the clapping ass cheeks of thick, manly men. After all,
Okay. I need to pull up a very important thing.
For corn.
Yes?
No. It's fine. I have what I need.
Okay. Alrighty.
I know. I think I know what you're doing.
Oh, we're gonna try. It's gonna fail, but I'm gonna try.
Okay, and from the forest, you see a taller than average, green with a big cocked hat on the side of his head, covering one of his eyes. Gigantic Kumo pack just kind of swinging on a vine, saying, "I am here to free you. I am the mysterious stranger, and I am here for your." And he fails. He can't think of anything else to say, and he just lands in front of you guys.
Okay.
That's you, Toa.
Are you telling me that we just had a Kreka fly in here on a vine and fedora tip us?
Yes. Roll initiative, Kerr.
All right.
So
I am way too drunk for this shit.
So I have +6 on my initiative, so it's offset of 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
+3, so D20
jeez.
+3?
Correct.
Oh, that was almost horrible.
Oh god.
Oh no. Okay, no. This works for us.
11.
This works for us.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, I'll take it.
I'm very fair with this.
All right. Well, he does actually get to go first, so that's might be a problem for you guys.
We'll adapt.
he draws a long, thin sword and sort of puffs up a little bit and points it in your direction. I know why you're here. You want villains. He doesn't seem to be fully able to put a full sentence together, but he knows what he's about. And out of a little out of a pouch that's hanging sort of about midway down his side, he pulls out a little remote control. Ooh, and he clicks it, and the entire forest behind all of you guys lights up like a fucking Christmas tree, and it's on fire.
Oh, sweet Metru Nui, what is going on?
And I'm gonna need each of you guys to make a will save. So roll me a whatever the bonus is on your will save.
Where on the sheet would that be?
Pretty much smack dab in the center of the first page.
Oh,
And
really
Swert for you, it should be 8.
Ah,
I don't know
11.
why it's listed as 0
Got
for
it.
you.
So it's just that number for the D20 plus 11, or?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, 31.
Okay.
Joe is completely and entirely unfazed.
Yep.
Swert and Tino are not.
Very in character.
Swert and Tino both make a dive for the dirt because they're like, oh god, what the fuck, shit, fuck, blubbering.
Well, Tino's
whereas
just
Joe,
having war flashbacks.
Joe keeps his footing and presumably Tio2 just sort of maintains eye contact with this Robin Hood ass motherfucker that has just appeared before you all.
Yep, exactly.
Cool. He does, however, still have some time left because while you were all doing setting up your trap, he was basically preparing the forest line to explode with this exact entrance. So he does close the distance with you, Joe, and he tries to make a big, broad slashing attack against you with his rapier. What's your armor class again?
It is. I mean, if you could find it for me, that'd be fine. But
it is. Your total AC is 17.
Okay. Yes.
Which he does actually hit, which I'm a little bit surprised at.
I don't have time to react to this.
That's not how any of this works.
Okay.
And he does. Oh boy.
Oh no. I don't like the sound of that.
He does 18 damage.
Oof.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So he does 18 damage.
How much does Tutu actually have? Like, how much does that hurt him?
I've 114 hit points, so
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah,
It does.
Yeah.
It's enough, but you're gonna live. It's
How
not
much
a
was it?
Farouk losing his legs moment.
Yeah.
18. So
okay.
he closes the distance with you, and he gets one really good stab in, and then he gets back onto his back foot and says, "I know precisely you're here to villains." Yeah. And then it is actually, Joe, it is your turn next.
Okay. I like to think that Teo2 just stood there maintaining eye contact the whole time and just took that stab without moving. And yeah, he's just standing there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to. I did kind of want to like ask him about the, if he had any of the information, but
Yeah,
he
I
kinda
was gonna
seems
say, like,
he
I
wouldn't,
I think we should attempt diplomacy still, just because from the sound of things, he's very uncertain about what he's doing, and he has no idea who we are or why we're actually here.
Well, either that or he's just very dumb.
I mean,
Yeah.
little from column A, little from column B, right?
So,
Yeah,
if I may suggest, though it's up to you to decide, maybe switching to the road and trying to ask something would be a very good idea. I don't know what to ask, because that's up to you, but that's what I would recommend.
Yeah, as good an idea as any, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so, what's the name of the person we're looking for? Like the main villain. I need to write this down.
The name of the guy that you are on this antiquities hunt for,
Yes.
if we want to call it that, is Kudaxi.
But this
Okay.
guy, we don't know this guy's name.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. We're
Right,
just going to ask
so-
him, I guess, basically, do you know Kudaxi?
I mean, I feel like it would be a bit strange to just come in here and it's like, hey, do you know about this myth? I think we should like lead into it with diplomacy first, and then after he stands down, maybe we can ask further questions like that.
Well, I'm actively kind of terrible at diplomacy, so I mean, I could.
I mean, a simple, we're not here to fight you might be a good start, but
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But I do kind of want to ask him the question, ask him a question at the road. So, yeah, let's just start with the kind of diplomacy and say we're here to protect these workers. We're not here to harm you.
I wouldn't say...
Yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, we're bad at it. I'm bad at it.
Well, I'm not going to make you do it at disadvantage. So, that's
Okay.
that's the charity I'm giving you right now.
Persuasion, you said?
Persuasion.
Is there a persuasion?
Or, I'm sorry. It is
Diplomacy?
Probably be...
diplomacy. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So a total is 8.
how dare you forget elements of your own game? Disgrace! Shun!
Sean!
I am
Oh,
ashamed. Yes.
I'm sorry.
He. Let me. He actually stands down. Holy shit. Okay. Oh,
Damn,
cool.
all right.
All right. Wow.
What? What? What do you mean? You're fighters. You're sick men. How could you not be? How could you not be here to fight?
We were sent here on a mission, but we want to see. Things are not as they seem here, clearly, so we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
He looks down at the remote control for the explosives that he used just a minute ago, and then his sword, and he's like, "Well, if we're not doing this," then he just sheaths the sword and puts the remote control back in his back in the little pouch on his belt, basically. He's like, "Fine, I guess if we're not doing. What are you here for?"
Well, go on.
We appear to be tracking down a myth that we swear exists, and we have fought, and it almost killed us a few years ago. Its
Have you
name
heard of the
is
in
ancient
truth-
warlord Kudaxi?
In truth,
What does
we
that
were. I was just gonna say, in truth, we were sent here to kill you, but we really don't want to do that.
He looks down again at himself, and then the fire that is raging behind all of you, and then he looks over at the. He noticed the trap that you had set, and he's like, "But why are we talking? Fight me! You're sick men. This is how it works."
But we are also Toa. We don't like killing people, if it could be avoided.
I was in the war. I know that shit's. I know that's bullshit.
Well, I mean,
It was unavoidable.
most of the time.
We're not at war now.
Tino just kind of drops his weapon in a sign of good faith and just looks at him as like, look, what? I just want to talk this out. I want to figure out what the fuck is going on, okay?
He stands still for a moment, and he just nods. Okay, I guess if you're not into it, I'm not into it. Let's talk or whatever. Oh, these days.
I mean, out of character, we're gonna totally die right at this point, right? Once we go back to the other island.
I mean, hey, I'm down to spar with this guy at some point. He seems cool.
I mean, you can offer.
Yeah.
Just a light battle.
Tino just looks at him and says, look, if it's really that important to you, I'm down to spar at some point.
No, it's not the same. I want you to kill me and me to kill you. Well, one of the two of those things to happen. That's just... It's like you don't even care about the murder. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, well, with the forest burning down and all that, I'm assuming the fire brigade will be here shortly, so if we're talking or whatever, this is probably not the place to do it, yeah?
Yeah, sounds about as reasonable.
Yeah, and then you all skedoodle down into the direction of... he starts leading you guys further south, deeper into the part of the forest that's not currently on fire. After a little while, you guys get to a clearing, which is where he decides to stop.
Heartless nobody says, I want to fight to the death, not friends.
That one gets me.
Look, we'll get you a battle later. We'll just talk first.
All right, but you better not be lying.
Oh,
Tino has it in his agenda to eventually summon the Zevon. You will be the first one Tino calls.
And are you doing that, this weekend? Or, I'm soon? If you're not going to fight me in the next 10 minutes, then let's...
Fair point.
I don't do this layaway shit.
Well, in the meantime, so... Swert relays pretty much the information he's trying to get, see if he jostles any semblance of memory.
I have no idea anything you're talking about.
Cool.
Interesting.
All right, then.
Can
I
I
might
do
as
plan
well...
B now?
Wait, can I ask him though? Do you have any information about Trent Crom?
I know that he's big and ugly, and I want to fight him.
You've seen him?
Not exactly. That's what I hear. I mean, it's what they say.
It is his mission to eventually find him and kill him, so if you want to fight him, maybe you could join us.
I'm with you. Yes, let's do that.
All right.
So
no
have we just recruited another being?
I think we did.
Yes.
You know, the best part is we've actually solved everybody's problem in this case, sort of. He'll stop messing with that one, refinery, whatever, the mine. Yeah, he's not dead, but we could probably try to convince him later to hand off that necklace thing and just deal with it later.
Technically, we are no closer to finding out where our Vizotai friend is, but I'm down to have a bruiser with us. Especially if, if this ends up getting put off until next year, we could potentially get somebody else to play this character.
I think that's probably a wise idea. I know we probably should come back to it sooner, but it is getting super late. Yeah. I do have other things I need to get done tonight. And it's good to get it out tomorrow.
I will admit I was kind of looking forward to chopping his head off with my scythe, but
Oh, I had another plan altogether. I had a plan.
Yeah, him and I both did, but we could always put it off until next year.
We can put it
Well,
off.
the dice kind of decided for me on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that diplomacy was absolutely the winner.
the worst character for diplomacy.
First thing, Tino would like to ask, what is your name, friend?
My name? I am known by many names. I am known as the Green Flash. I am known as the Terror of the Forest. I am known as the Echo in the Mines.
I am also.
But which one do you prefer?
Reb.
Should we let our new friend finish first?
No. Just, which
I'm
one do you
known as
prefer?
Reb. Call me Reb.
Rib?
Okay, out of character.
Reb.
Out of
Romeo Echo Bravo.
That's absolutely going to be his name is Tim joke.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Yes. There are those who call me Reb.
This has
Well,
been
brace up,
a very unexpectedly peaceful campaign this year.
Yeah.
Not complaining.
Not
but-
complaining. We have
I mean,
plenty
I
of
did
time.
get stabbed.
Yeah. I'm sure Reb will apologize later.
No, I won't. It was honest blood drawn in earnest. There is no apologizing.
That's fine. All right.
It's alright, I respect him for it.
But the last thing I think we should do is, just because we haven't done it yet, do you want to throw the avatars up, or are we gonna save them?
Yeah, no, I could do that easy. Big. I can do it with a push of a button now.
Ooh.
That mouth is just so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's where we'll leave it.
If we
It's
can come back to
definitely
it
a subversion
sooner
of
than next year.
expectations, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I admit before Brick Fair I was kind of gassed on Bionicle, but now I'm actually feeling it a lot more now. So
Hell yeah.
we probably actually can do a follow up at some point in the next couple of weeks. Just let me know what y'all's schedule is.
Will do.
Yeah, I'm down.
Maybe we'll record it and post it rather than doing it live. But I love the chat avatars so much; it's almost worth it to bring them back.
I agree.
I would love to do it live again, just so that way we have those because they're fucking adorable and I love them.
Yeah, we can consider it. And
Absolutely.
as it happens, if we want to quickly put together a character sheet for Reb, I may actually have somebody available who could play the character.
Who dat?
Swert, you would know him as Jordan, the community coordinator this year. He
Oh,
wanted an excuse to be introduced to the audience, so,
There you go.
I'll ask him and we'll see what we can do.
So we'll
you go.
have two Jordans then.
Indeed.
Local Toaster. No, we're not doing this tomorrow. I'm a working stiff.
No,
Yeah, this
I
ain't gonna be
can't.
like last year where we have a
I
day 3
need
doing
sleep.
this. We do
I've
need a
been
little
awake
bit of
since
time.
7 o'clock Pacific. It is 8:25 Pacific.
And
I've
as
had one
of
meal
like
today
a few
and 2
seconds
fruit
ago,
snacks.
as of 1 minute ago, this stream has now exceeded 12 hours.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to call it.
Stefano,
we will-
you cannot have sex with the me. That is illegal.
But we will post in advance when it comes time to return to this.
Absolutely. So thanks again to all of the participants for all of Bionicle Day. Thanks to all the audience that are still here. If you're still here and you're here all day, what are you doing? I'm the only crazy one here.
Also, shout outs to Samuel9248 in the
Me.
chat right now. Ida's journey was absolutely fantastic this year.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Well done.
There are no dry eyes.
And
None.
also, of course, shout outs to Lehari for making a great twist villain with the gold-skinned being, aka the Dreamweaver.
And having the voice that character twice in 24 hours, which is not saying a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
You see, the weird thing about the whole thing is that that back in 2007 or something, I actually flew to Billund and demanded that they put my bonk Sona the gold skin being into Bionicle. So this is all just kind of wrapping that back up.
The worst part is it's not even the
All
craziest
according
explanation
to
for that
plan.
character. All according to Cake. Cake means Kaku. Kikeku means plan.
It
do we have,
is
do we have time
canon,
to do?
TM.
Do we have any time to do a few minutes of Q&A with the chat, just in case they have any questions about the game or the game system or anything?
Yeah, I'm down.
If you want to, I'm just going to mute myself and start working on food.
Fair enough.
Yeah, do you?
Because, no offense, the only time I touch the system is literally this time, and this time last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, with respect.
Yeah. It do
Well,
be
you
like
enter the
that.
game by awaking from the Matrix. Although to actually specifically answer your question, go to redstargames.org and we have all of our downloads there for
Hell
free.
yeah.
Up to and
And,
including a eroded version of the game that just released today.
A little peek behind the curtain as to what we might be planning next year. Since next year is also going to be the 10th anniversary of G2, I'm thinking of doing a possibly pre-recorded, we still need to decide, one shot of Heroes of the Stars, if Lei is down for that.
I was
Is
just
that
talking with
the-
Lei earlier, and Lei happens to be down for that.
Hell yeah.
Is that a G2 version?
It
of
is.
the-
It is
Interesting.
much rules lighter, yes, but
I imagine so. There's a lot more to take into account for a G1.
well, so Lei and I built HOTS together actually, and as sort of one of our getting to know things before our relationship really kicked off, and it was kind of made deliberately as a little bit of a counterpoint to the DN, partly to show that I can make simple shit too, but it's a lot of fun. G2 is very underrated, Boxing Bob. Let me
Yeah, I really think, like, I always said this before, but it was a real shame that G2 got canceled when it did, because when Ryder was finally allowed to write an original story with Escape from the Underworld, it was already too late.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was like
I
one of my
always
favorite
got, like,
books.
real Maze of Shadows, Voyage of Fear vibes from that book.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's actually getting good.
Yeah.
And then it just, yeah.
But
Let me take
that
a
will be
look.
something to discuss in more detail next year for the 10th anniversary.
Oh, definitely.
We will do it right.
Also, I never got to use my unwet coat, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there'll be time at a later point.
It will be
hope
part
so.
of our team move plan, TM.
I was really expecting at many points in this for you guys just to break out and start using it, but Liam was the moral core here.
I was gonna use it for like the actual like intended practical use, which was like turning turning intangible when he was about to stab me. But I
Right.
didn't have enough reaction time.
Ooh, actually, sorry, that's whenever you said dodge out of the way, my brain went to yeah, never mind. You should have been able to do that. That's my bad.
Oof.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
I was okay with just standing there and just taking the stab because that was kind of that was kind of cool.
But
it was
was
a badass
but
little
a
move.
flesh wound.
Let's see here. Maybe we all get together for October 8th as well. I have shit to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be very... I mentioned this offhandedly earlier, but that's going to be... Even under normal circumstances, that's quite an ask right after this, but by October, I'm going to be right in the middle of my first semester of my bachelor program, so that's not going to happen, at least for us. If anyone, but we've said it before, if anyone else wants to do an October 8th Bionicle Day, they are perfectly welcome to do so, but it's not going to come from us, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just October is definitely a lot less convenient for everybody involved.
Dino Kaz, to answer your question, it's been in the works for a while. We have made repeatedly some commitments to ourselves to stop rebuilding the system every year. We've done that every year, so...
Yeah, practically every year we've had to change something in our character sheets.
Pretty much. However, I think that it actually is going to wind up sticking this time, so a how to build a character video
might actually be on the horizon. I'm not going to say when, but I think the floorboards are all in the place that we kind of want them to be for good.
Well, hey, if you end up having something like that ready by next 8/10, you're always welcome to lead into the next one-shot with it.
Javier, we actually do have an abridged player booklet called the Doronai Kofo, I think is what we call it. Let me take a look here. Hold on, I have it's called the Doronai Kofo, which is the bare bones basic, and we also have the quick start guide, which will onboard you into the full ass game if you really want to.
Hell yeah. Well,
granted, if that does not do it for you, then please, by all means, join the Discord. Let us know what we can do better.
Yeah. And unless there are any other questions, I think this might be a good time as any to call it for the night. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll give him another minute or two for last calls here.
Sure thing.
I mean, last thing I just want to say is that I love all of you.
Hell yeah. And also, I should mention as well, I called out Lehari and Marcus as well, but great job on your part for Ida's Journey as well, and both of your contributions to Music Inspired by Bionicle. That hero cover is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. I feel like it's like one of the first things that I've actually done proper lead vocals on because I did Good in the World on Ida's Journey, but it was kind of duet.
I apologize for interrupting real quick. Javier, please just join the Discord. We'll have a more talk later. I wanted to get that out there before we signed off.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just glad to be able to do more stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to contribute to everybody's things.
I kind of mentioned it off stream a little while ago before we started this, but when we started the Mask of Destiny partner network and the Trina initiative, I really couldn't have imagined how deep that shit would have gone with projects like Rising Shadow Hidden Light, Ida's Journey, hell, 8/10 in general couldn't have happened without ideas like that. The amount of creativity and talent in this community never ceases to blow me away.
Yeah, it's honestly incredible that this exists and that you've managed to coordinate all this so many years in a row.
I say this practically every year at this point, but really, 8/10, it's not me, it's not you, it's not Lehari, it's not Swert. 8/10 could not happen without everyone here, everyone in the chat, everyone contributing. It lives and breathes on community engagement. So, it is everyone contributing to this. Yeah. And I couldn't be happier to help spearhead that.
No. That's just why I'm saying, that's why I love all of you, because it's everybody's kind of doing what I'm doing, just sort of going around and saying, oh, you need help with this, and oh, you're making a cool thing. Oh, that's awesome. I want to be a part of that. And sometimes it's a little overwhelming, because I have 15 projects I'm a part of, and it's they need this by this date, and they need this by this date, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It can be really stressful at times, especially when, life gets in the way and things like that. I mean, hell, Ida's Journey wasn't the part of the reason there were all these little typos and things in the Ida's Journey video. I literally rendered that at midnight the night before yesterday. So
pretty much, yeah. By the way,
it happens.
In that whole time frame, I actually made dinner for myself and at least one other person. It's now sitting in front of me. And I had the speakers going. I heard everything you said, and 100% I agree with you.
Yeah.
Everything.
Marcus, it's not your fault. As I said, it happens.
It does happen.
We live, we learn, we figure out better ways to do things next time,
Yep. I mean, I won't tell the chat about all the times Team Kanohi has stretched the deadline.
We're not gonna. We don't throw anybody under the bus here.
Yeah.
The only one I can throw under the bus is us.
We
specific.
don't throw anyone under the bus. We throw everyone under the bus.
Put it this way.
We are one.
We started working on 810 this year in January. We started very early this year. By the end of May, we were a month ahead of schedule, and then life just got so in the way that we were like down to the last 24 hours before everything was done.
Yeah, that's what.
So we practically lost a whole month.
Was it Lehari who said, "Welcome to this the amazing year of 2024"? Somebody said that, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, it's quite amazing."
So I'll say it outright. However wonderful the last 2 days have been. 2024 is a bad fucking year for Bionicle fans in general. Yeah. Not because of any unifying thing that's happened to the fandom, or like, as far as I know, there haven't been any weird turf wars or gang shit or like any of the usual like corporate or political drama that tends to accompany fandoms. It's just everybody just had shit going on.
Yeah,
just like, individual traumas. Like, I mean. Vahkiti and
yeah, well, I was going to say one of which you'll find out at the end of the credits if you don't know already.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Yeah, it's just every little shenanigan thing has, I think, occurred with people this year. Because like I was talking with folks at Brick Fair even over in Chantilly in Virginia last week, and I was like, everybody that I spoke to was like, oh yeah, I only really made one extra mock, or, I only updated like 2 or 3 of them, and I used to make like, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fucking mocks a year. And Brick Fair, Virginia is stacked. It like Chantilly is stacked for Bionicle specifically. And everybody was just like, oh yeah, nah, I've just been tired. Life's been getting in the fucking way. I'm 25, 26, 27 at this point, and I'm trying to,
y'all are still in your 20s? Goddamn.
I'm sorry, old. What can I tell you? He says at 29.
One of us. One of us.
Coming soon to a year near you.
You know what they say? It's all downhill from here.
Put you back in 9 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we're gonna be needing to harvest your blood, Joe, for some of them rejuvenant treatments. And
gotta get that adrenochrome.
Well.
We really should consider wrapping this up.
Yeah, that's fair.
I did want to bring to Samuel said, I wish I could give you all a big hug. Yeah, same. Same, really.
Well, hey, maybe if we ever end up turning Ida's Journey into a stage play, we can have a big group hug at the end.
Yeah. Just the amount of work that would do. Oh. So yeah, that's been Bionicle Day 2024.
Indeed. I hope it was to everyone's expectations. I know a lot of things it wasn't quite as flashy as having, Christopher Gaze and Cryo Shell and all that, but we did our best with what we had at our disposal.
We'll be here, same bonk time, same bonk place next year.
Indeed.
I will mention, we did actually end up having Avakama on stream, and we did end up having Cryo Shell at some point on the stream. It may not have been what you expected, yes. But we got it.
It was a rerun, but technically, yes, we had it. And on that note, I think this is where we should call it for the night. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. And as with every year, have a happy Bionicle Day.